Hello everybody, my name is Nightly, and welcome. It's a new dawn, a new day, and I'm feeling okay. You're kidding me. Lament if you wanted me to speak, if you wanted me to live, if you wanted to pretend like we're born geniuses. Oh hey, it's done. It's over. It's nice. You can obtain ego gifts from both checks and battles in a dungeon. No way. Is it loading?
무사하오. 간밤 동안 잊어버린 것 하나 없이 모든 게 돌아온
I
것이오.
do not hear that often enough because I don't play this game early in the morning. Okay, so, new identity. You look sick, actually. Penis speed is faster than target by 3 more, coin power plus 1. Unused, the target is 4 rupture count, coin power plus 1. Click 1 rupture count. Click 1 rupture. Click 1 rupture speed. Or, click 1 rupture count. Oh! Okay, so if this is... Let's just say this is the only unit. 1 rupture. Which then is fine. I guess I'm confused. So 2 rupture count uses 2, so it's 0. It's neutral. 1 rupture count. 1 rupture count. Neutral again if they're at 10 speed, which is... Wow. Ew. If the speed is faster than target, deal we'll worry about that in a second. 2 rupture count. Okay. Plus 1. It's neutral on count. Alright. Gain 5 haste next turn. Okay. That seems cool. Oh, that looks sick, actually. Too bad it's rupture. Well, that sucks. Let's see what... You're 1,000. Standard. It's just standard rewards. Nice. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Dante, any idea where the leftover cake from yesterday went? No idea. I mean, why would I know? I can't eat. Darn. Did Donkey already get her paws on him? Oja rubbed her tired eyes, muttered something about how she should have partied in her room instead, and stumbled to the back door. The New Year's came swiftly to the inhabitants of the bus and various incidents of the LCE. The sinners all came from different backgrounds and parts of the city, but annual celebration for New Year seemed to be a thread to connect the cultures together. They began floating the idea of New Year's party and... Ooh, excellent! Then permit me the honor of hosting this banquet! With her usual overdramatic boast coupled with a familiar twinkle in her eyes, Don Quixote declared that there would indeed be a New Year's party, and thus it was decided. I apologize. I appear to have bronchitis today, so my voice is going to be like this for most of the day. Again? The hell, after the hell we went through with the back door and whatnot for the out-of-season Christmas celebration? Oh, he referenced it. We had 2 Christmas events for some reason. I think only one of them was during Christmas. Yet I must insist, for 'twas but an effort to decorate the bust, the intent quite divorced from the act of celebration. Don Quixote glanced at Sinclair. She scratched the back of her head. Huh? Oh, don't worry about me. Well, 'tis true that mine actions hath brought thee quite the distress unintentionally. I might add to ask thee, wouldst thou not agree to communal event to mark the occasion might freshen both our spirits and bodies? I'm losing the voice already. I can't even begin to imagine Wow, can I just woke up. You're gonna have to give me a few minutes to just reorient myself. I can't even begin to imagine her amnesiac self even taking a moment to give a damn about how her Sinclair might feel. But I guess with Emery came tact. You know, it's our first New Year's together. I'm sure it's an occasion to celebrate, huh? Gotta hear that bell go ding. It really marked the transition to the new year, right? It seems that we shall be welcoming the first light of the new year in company of one another. This is indeed a cause for celebration. No, I haven't got the new Ryoshu. I don't want them. Bowl of noodles before the last night of the year fades. Classic. Such bubbling enthusiasm from me warmeth mine own heart. Forsooth, the grandiosity of this banquet should be one of the books, fireworks most brilliant enough delicacies to... Caron, when's our next stop? Mephi'll be running non-stop for 3 days. Only dum-dums stop at Fast Road. So she says. Virgilius muttered with his usual sardonic edge, one fist under his chin. Fee, for next year's celebration, the banquet shall be prepared ere the promised hour. Don Quixote's idea of a grand banquet depressingly fizzled into nothingness, but Rojo brought out the cakes and cookies she'd stashed in her room so we could at least hold a small celebration for the New Year's together. After that, we all stayed up together, watching the New Year's first sunrise briefly paint the city in gold. Then we retired to sleep. Oh, that's so nice. When everyone woke up, rubbing their tired eyes, the world outside the bus had completely transformed. There was a behemoth of a structure, a bizarre in its presence, its walls seemingly made of gargantuan steel plates. H-Corp. Sinners began to voice their surprise, appropriately so, as what came into view was different from any of the nests we passed through on our journey thus far. You gotta expect it at this point. This is typical that it's gonna look different. Is that massive structure all one building? Oi, that thing's a nest, and where the hell's the back streets? It's big enough to cover H-Corp's territory and then some. Well, there he goes again, asking dumb, stupid, idiot questions without ever taking a peep at his guidebook. That's not the nest, that huge box you see over there. That's District 8. Oh, we call it Hongyeon, the vast garden here at H-Corp. The nest lies within the center of the structure and the back streets without. So they squeeze the entire population of the district in there? Do they not get a ray of sunlight all year round? Oh, well, at least they won't have to worry about the rain. Ah, prithee, avail me a sight as well. Darn. Darn short! I forget this! As the sinners began to gather one by one the side of the bus, stirred awake from their late night's rest, I felt my gaze drawn to Horde. Wow! Am I dyslexic? The sinners woke up. I looked to Hong Lu. I looked for signs of concern or distress. It wasn't exactly something unique to Hong Lu, but the stories about his past home life we've heard throughout the year, whenever he felt like sharing them, were all consistently and terribly depressing. It's not such a bad place once you actually try living here for a while. But his lips ever so slightly curled upwards into a kindly and relaxed smile. He was making the same expression as ever. An expression that hasn't changed since our first meeting. Maybe it's just a cultural difference. Kind of like how Honglu can be so nonchalant about things that should give most people pause, but... Actually, no, not helping anyone or anything by entertaining these thoughts. My job at this moment is to keep a close eye on Honglu. And if the time comes for me to help him, I'll give it my all. Besides... Whoa! This thing's even bigger up close? Verily, I carry no recollection of a structure so grand even in the past adventures of mine. If my efforts aren't enough, I know I can trust the sinners to lend me a hand. Hey, let me see too. How can I see? I don't have eyes. I collected my thoughts and approached the sinners who were flattened up against the glass window to get a good view. We're going to the cube, TM. True. Never a more true statement has been uttered in this land. What are those symbols? These are Chinese, right? How many are there? Oh my gosh, there's only 12? I thought there'd be a lot more. The Doom. 45 slash... Do you need to support Ryoshu? I don't need to support Ryoshu. Because I was gonna use Ryoshu for this whole thing. Look, I just straight up don't want to pull her. I don't like rupture identities. Like, she's cool, like, oh, I didn't look at her counter. I'm hit inflict one rupture count. Okay, yeah, that's fine, I guess. That's neutral. Like, what are her passives? I didn't check. Deathrite haste. Wait, what? Deathrite. Oh. Oh, this gains more rupture. Okay, that... So this is a way to gain a little bit of rupture count. I do not like rupture at all. I really hate it. I think it's one of the stupidest and worst status effects because it's either absurdly broken or completely useless. There is no in between. And I don't like that.
허점에 두지.
열쇠가 필요하신가요?
고래를 향해
I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. I think that the blue look of it looks pretty good too.
기차와 같이 달려나가겠소.
I love Don Quixote. I love my silly little... Once we left the bus. Ah, man. Can't believe we had to get off the bus here. We have to make formal complaining at H Corp with this crap. What the hell are they thinking? Doing shoddy construction work at the entrance of the highway. Many causes there may be in such construction projects. Yet perhaps this is an early warning sign. Our approach to the site would have been sensible. By only 5, because I wanted to do only 5. Were it not for young Karan's most valiant drifting, oh, I even shudder to imagine the terrible possibilities. It would have been most awful to end an adventure. It's no surprise the sinners have a peace in their mind to speak. As we drove up to the entry, we unexpectedly came across a mess of badly put together steel plates blocking our path in the middle of the road. Karan quickly spun the bus around, which meant that everyone ended up being thrown around like ragdolls. And my throat, I need to drink some water. I'm back. I'm not done coughing, but I'm back. Good thing there was another road off the highway that leads into the city, right? I bet Karan would have tried to reverse gear all the way back to the last interchange. But it looks like we're going through all these winding alleyways to get to the nest. It's dark here. We were greeted by a dark street upon disembarking from the bus, illuminated only by faint strands of light. It was immediately obvious we found ourselves in the back streets of H-Corp. Looked pretty impressive from the outside, but it's no different from the other back streets inside, eh? Yep, it's a familiar sight. Gotta say, it's getting real old. I ask thee, is the nest of the district shrouded in such darkness as well? No, these particular sites are limited to the back streets of District 8. Faust has finally spoken for the first time in this update. Back streets of this district weren't very different from the other ones we'd visited in the past. People hurrying through the streets as though they were being chased by something. People scowling and glaring at the ground with some sickness or discomfort. Scenes all too common in every corner of the city. There was one thing about this place, though, that stood out from the other districts. They're reminding me of the former G-Corp soldiers. What do you mean by these fellas? Is that racial? The growths of their flesh appeared too organic to be prosthetic. Some of them have odd protrusions or nodules bulging from their skin. Not at all, manager bud. That's racist. Look, they can't have all mutated from the same pattern, like an insect form or something. Guess I should commend you for not looking at them, though, through a biased lens. Guess you're not racist. You are observing the aftermath of District 8's distinctive method of treatment. So is that where the rumors about the bluish healing ointment come from? Apparently they cure any flesh wound just after a night dressed in bandages. It seems that certain misconceptions must be addressed. There are the variations of H-Corp's singularity, the bolus. The what? The bolus? She was likely referring to the medicines brewed and netted in bowl-shaped pills. Correct. H-Corp, or the Hongyon Bioengineering Group, mainly manufactures boluses that contain essence of treatment. The boluses may be taken orally, ground with water into a paste, and applied directly to the affected area, or dissolved in water soaked into bandages and wrapped around the necessary area for treatment. I guess the rumors transform as they travel. Oh, I see. I was just thinking about how they do things back at K-Corp. The focus of K-Corp's technology is reversal or recovery of one's conditions. Returning to the original state is the keyword within their treatment. It's a rare sight to find unique techniques and technology developed independently by the inhabitants of the backstreets of District 8 using the manufactured boluses. The treatments are not individually customized for each patient. Instead, they're focused on selecting the appropriate technique for a myriad of choices to address the deficiencies in their status. Perhaps one could choose the words transformation or evolution as a more illustrative descriptor for the method of treatment. So that's what counts as treated? I'm losing Sinclair's voice. The crowd Sinclair was pointing at certainly appeared unhurt, as none of them were bleeding or walking with a limp, but many of them appeared dazed, staring blankly at nothing or scratching absent-mindedly at their mutated parts. Ah, they must be the regulars. What? Unexpectedly, we found our answer not from Faust, not from Rousseau, but from Hong Lu. Huh, okay. The regulars? Yes, I've heard of them as a child. People who've grown too accustomed to visiting the clinics in search of their mystical treatments. The regulars might appear more intimidating than most people at first glance, but apparently all the side effects they've been stacking changes them in strange ways. It's likely that their interoperation conflicts or issues will arise. Yep. It is highly likely that interoperation conflicts or issues will arise from applying highly disparate treatment methods to a single body. At least it's a cheaper alternative for people who didn't sign up for life insurance. You speak of life insurance? Yeah, life insurance. There's a special insurance option to bring the client back to life upon the event of their death. So the irony isn't lost on me, but Thought resurrecting people was one of the head's taboos. The head does not consider the revival via the life insurance to be a violation of their non-resurrection taboo. What? It's likely that at a technological level, this revival is actually categorized as brain reconstruction as opposed to full resurrection. Degradation of its functions considered, of course. Okay, thanks. So this... Another fatal downside to this technology is that, unlike the manager's clock winding, the subject cannot be brought back if their brain is destroyed. Also, there's a risk of significant losses in the process of information transference. Losses, huh? So maybe some of their mutation could be more than just side effects of these treatments. Correct. Maybe, but I heard it takes more than 1 or 2 revivals to change that much. And since apparently people in the backstreets could never even dream of paying consistent insurance renewal rates, so... After all, who would sign up for insurance if using its service could reduce them to such a pitiful state? Yeah, they appear pathetic and pitiful to you rich bastards, don't they? You'll soon be in the same boat as them, so save some pity for yourself. I have a voice now because I got closer. Identify yourself! You must be the young master of that high and mighty Gia family, eh? I can tell just by looking at your pretty face. Your friend Honglu? Oh, I haven't had much chance to get acquainted with people from the backstreets, so no, I've never met them. Of course you haven't. Too busy living large, playing gods in a whole different world from us plebs, huh? Not that it matters. We're here just to take the thing you've brought here for submission to the family hierarchy evaluation. What now? There's quite a lot of them. We're not up to a great start. Actually, no. It'd be a violation of our office core values to jump like we're some common thugs. I, Shan San, third son of Triac's office, challenge Gia Vayu of Gia family to a duel. Our wager will be that the winner can take anything they want from the loser. What do you mean a duel? Duel? I have heard tale of the duels of honorable fixers of the Sikh Association Eastern Branch announced their intent to duel, stating their affiliation and name, instead casting their gauntlets, and the pamphlet that the young Ishmael had presented me before earlier presentation truth that the Triax office is indeed a fixer office of the East. Though they are indeed of a lesser quality, it is a true genuine acquire declaration of a duel. So it's a fancy way of saying 1v1 me? Let's go, innit? I mean, this guy doesn't look too tough. Agreed. This individual does not seem to possess any particularly exceptional skills that may pose difficulties. I think it's gonna be okay. I'll be back in a minute, Dante. You sure? I don't think you're gonna lose against him, but just in case. No worries, I have some childhood experience with duels myself. I've done about 10 of them, I think. So the rich boy's dabbled in some duels, has he? Ooh, I'm shaking. I'm scared. I don't know how to feel about this so far. It's cool, but it's like, what, huh? 30 seconds, actually. I need to... Okay. I think you misunderstand. I meant to say I've done about 10 of them a day. Oh, but grandmother sometimes let me skip them, so it might have been slightly fewer than that on some days. What? I, Hong Lu of Limbus Company. No. I, Bayou of the Xia family, accept this duel. Hong Lu stepped forward confidently as the opponent was processing what he just heard. For a moment, Hong Lu stood there in a stance that did not express even a hint of aggression before curiously cocking his head to the side. Oh, are we waiting on someone? Oh, so I always let the opponent get the first 2 moves in duels. Please don't hesitate. Let me, you little... Your cocky pride shall be your downfall. The man introduced himself as Shan San, leaped to Hong Lu, then after about a minute... How is this happening? Unlike Sanshan, who was throwing punches and swings with boiling hot passion, Hong Lu was effortlessly gliding between his opponent's strikes like he was put out at a picnic, as though this was but a leisurely stroll. Whenever San, for a powerful punch, Hong Lu redirected to the side with ease, the fist only grazing his clothes. We were mesmerized. Like, oh, I can't read. We were mesmerized by the feathery light movements of his hands and feet that effortlessly glided through the air, until after one blink and you'll miss it moment, we realized that San was already face down on the ground, defeated. Oh? Young Honglu, hast thou been concealing thy full strength in our presence? No, I wouldn't say that. I always put my all in every fight. Yet to defeat this foe so soundly, to dance with such grace between his strikes, 'twas though thou wert dueling someone whose skill may be only measured against a child. Most of our fights happen in environments with a lot of variables. We usually fight against enemies with all kinds of unexpected weapons. You read him. Already familiar with that fool's moves? Oh yeah, one of my B-Woo instructors used similar techniques. Practice makes perfect. And perfection makes experts. Right, but I'm not sure if that's relevant here, bud. Ugh. Anyways, looked to me like he actually soundly kicked your behind. Let us through, why don't you? And preferably not to do the thing I think you're about to do. This duel wasn't overseen by a notary office anyways, and our employee is not gonna like this failure. So, hey, don't just sit there. Pathetic. I kinda see how we're becoming experts at getting jumped here. So I have no idea what Honglu is even about, but truthfully speaking, I think that he honestly is just a ditz. He's depressed and sad and the saddest man alive, but also he's just kind of a guy.
뭐야,
Absolute residence.
총원 불격! 효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하고
Thank you, Marcel. You genuinely failed 2 coin flips when you needed it most.
담겨 있지. 제1 사냥감이겠네요. 가서 끝장내죠.
Let's do it.
어두운 무지를 열어줬지.
Good job, fish metal.
예사롭지가 않은데? 아주 작살을 내놨어.
방금 전투는 좀 인상 깊었어요. 어떤 고래도 거뜬히 잡을 것 같은 투지였는데.
속에서
저놈을 추적해. 다음은
Hey, you actually did the thing without triggering the stupid. Beat him up, Hongru. I'm gonna say Dongrang. Like that one boss in that one thing.
총원 불격!
You'll get shoved in this coffin too! Can you kill him? No, you're gonna suck? Okay. 밝게 열어주시오.
아, 이런. 아무튼 놀라운 한방이네요.
This really isn't a great start, fellas. It's never easy, though, is it? Hey, at least we got a nice warm-up, if it wasn't all bad. I don't know, this seems to be more serious than our usual street brawls. Ishmael was right, they weren't your everyday thugs who pick fights with random people for no good reason. They were contracted by someone to specifically target and eliminate Honglu. Boy, this is gonna be fun. And given how open they were about their intent, calling it a contract doesn't seem like whoever gave the contract was exactly going for subtlety. I need to move the chat. I need to move this chat because it's getting in the way constantly. Then maybe this is what Gia was talking about all the way back when she mentioned surviving as heirs. Whoever's behind this must have a bone to pick with Honglu. Indeed, it seems that we must expect more skirmishes like this going forward. Alas, was this trial not readily overcome? Not the point. Think of a little more. Don Quixote, think a little bit. Seems like they're assuming the Honglus brought something here in order to participate in that family hierarch evaluation. And there's no reason to assume that we've seen the last of them. They're going to try again to take out the competition. A highly accurate assessment of the situation by the executive manager. I expect no less from someone of your genius. Going for the classic brown nosing today, Odie. When was it brown nosing to compliment a job well done? This inane conversation is most riveting, but I would prefer some silence while we wait. It seems the company foresaw such difficulties. They've sent you a support team to help you handle the issue. We heard voices coming from behind us. My, you guys still haven't learned how to stick to the plan, have you? It really threw me off when I was told to meet you here in some backstreets location, away from our rendezvous point. Sign! Aren't you dead? No, it was Ethel that died. Been a while, everyone. Hey, I'm here too. We turned around and followed where the voice was coming from. We recognized two people. Two Souls-like releasing on the same day. You should play Limbus Company.
개운하게 정리됐어요.
First Berserker sounds fun.
머리까지 너무 개운해진 것 같은데.
More reading.
뭐 다시 공부하면 되죠.
Oh, it's only up and down. I was trying to scroll farther. Alright, Sod. Hey, pilot, right? What's wrong? It's like you're looking at a ghost. Oh, no, you did die. I sure did, ma'am. Yeah, you did. The sinners each recovered from the initial shock of seeing them again. Soon their faces began to bloom with relieved smiles. Well, good to see things haven't changed much around here. Sod, we're so glad to see you. Tick-tock to you, too. Good to see your gears are turning just fine. Sod smiled with a familiar grin. She did not seem to have changed much since the last time we met, save a few minor differences. Her outfit and badge. Last I recall, you were promoted, yes? Allow me to congratulate you. Or the hints of melancholy hanging from her smile and flickering in her eyes. Hey! Son of a... Spambot. I'm merely congratulating you on your promotion, offering recognition for excellent accomplishments. We all know what the meaning of the promotion carries. Indeed, it is very profound. After all, what meaning is there to a promotion without a... Wow, Otis. You're a real piece of work. Let me ask you something then. If everyone behaves like you do around her, tiptoeing around the facts-keeping and hush-hush about what happened, when is she going to get the bare minimum of the recognition and the consolation she deserves? Hush-hush would have been nice. I even overheard something whisper that I'd let my partner die. So in that regard, I appreciate that, Otis. For being technical, I did die, except my brain was intact. K-Corp couldn't have saved me. Then, did Effie also? Apparently they went right for his head when they stabbed him. K-Corp ampules. Life insurance, neither of them can revive someone. It is what it is. Anyways, let's not dwell on that depressing stuff. We're here... Oh wait, no, wrong voice. We're here for work. Let's get some work done. Let's talk about work, okay? Yeah. See, coincidentally, I happened to make friends with the fella who has ties to the Gia, so I brought him over. Is that everything? Yeah. Wow. Sod, can we rely on you for some elaboration? The briefing was a good demonstration of the necessity of educating the 5 W's and 1 H. Looks like we have a lot to discuss. Did I do something wrong? Shh, pilot. You're digging yourself a deeper hole with every word you say. Gregor quickly leaned to warn Pilot, but it was likely too late. A nigh unnoticeable crease had already formed between Sod's brows. Prior to commencing this high-priority operation, it was necessary for us to find individuals with connections to H-Corp. So we, as the preliminary observation unit, were put to task and managed to establish a connection. Ooh, someone from my family. No, we tried, but your family proved to be rather difficult nut to crack. However, as we were wasting our precious time with the leads, Pilot pursued an unconventional method. I really didn't hold back on compliments then. This is how you... Our collaboration's former employee of the Gia family. After leaving the family, he now runs a lodging business. Then it's likely far removed from the family policies. Less motivation for him to attack us due to conflicting interests. Yes, and according to Pilot's report, he still regards the Gia family positively. That's good. How can I not, considering the blessings they've given me? An unfamiliar voice butted into the conversation as though to continue Sod's explanations. I humbly present myself before the fellowship, the young master Bayou. Please call me King Tao. Jing Tao? You can call me Tao. He greeted us in a most polite fashion before bringing his hands together. Oh, hi. Yep. We greet each other like this. It's called the Bayou gesture, bringing the fist and palm together to express respect and peace towards the receiver. Ah, knights greeted one another by shaking their hands with the self-same purpose. Forsooth, thou art indeed one possessed of chivalrous spirit. Ah, indeed. Much did I worry about the qualities of people young master had surrounded himself with, but I see that he is in company of those wise to the ways of the West. I prostrate myself before the vast breadth of your knowledge. What grand generosity is it to open ajar waterways of wisdom to quench my barren lands? Something feels familiar. Nah, she's been getting less and less verbose with bootlicking these days. Not like this guy, for sure. That's funny. That's fucking funny. Even Project Moon understands how interesting Otis is. He's kind of like a bit much, honestly. What are you guys talking about? Sorry, I can't stop coughing. I was laying in the dirt like I'm sat in a coffin. You said, do you believe what you're saying? Yeah, right now, but not that often. Communicating only by the sound of a ticking clock. This is something I'd already known ahead of time, and yet... Wow, I am dying, actually. The most curious exchange to behold in person. Brief this journey may be, yet I shall find myself thoroughly entertained by its entirety. Maybe it's the subtle sprinkle of disrespect that reminds you of the usual flavor. Wait, is this about me? You did. What was all that bootlicking she did supposed to be a source of pride for her or something? Like... Is all that bootlicking she did supposed to be a source of pride for her or something? Oda shook her head with clear distaste and strode towards me. You are nothing alike, executive manager. Never have I once said such empty flattery in your presence, filled with nothing but hot air and superlatives. I'll leave the guidance of these back streets to him. Well, looks like this is where... Sod fell silent, her eyes lingering on Virgilius. So, I finally get to meet the Red Gaze in the flesh. I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. Effie would have loved to be here. Manager! Virgil seemed to sense her lingering gaze and walked towards us after nodding. Manager Sod. Let's not make this any longer than it has to be. I'm not happy to be helping you with your business. I'd much rather put this behind me as soon as possible. Oh, please, it's historic first collaborative operation. Can you spare a little more time with us? The guy's butt actually doing something. That's my guy. Yes, unfortunately LCC has our own business to take care of today, so I won't be accompanying you. The Red Gaze will be helping us get it done. Taking Mephi there, from. Maybe it's not that unfortunate. Now I think about it, I feel that every mission with the LCB always been an uphill battle. Well, you see, back then we were, I'm just messing with you. I'm sure we'll have another chance to work together again. Boss, we don't got much time. Before you go, I think you owe some explanation for Julius. I'm not doing this voice because I forgot her voice. Faust can say, I'm busy. Very well. See you around. Next time, I'll show you I can carry my own weight. I let competence is shown through action. Very well. Please, this way. How long is this fucking thing? I forget how verbose Limbus Company is. This is part 3 of 12. Ugh. I'm thinking. Or maybe we were simply mindful of a guy who was responsible for the quality of our stay. Okay. I got a friend in the Limbus Company yesterday. I guess today, because it was at like midnight. He got through the first... He got all the way to here. No. He got all the way to here and he was like, wow, there's a lot of words. Like, yeah. I told him that this game was based off of books and he understood. He didn't understand. Also, finally, ambush. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is gonna be 4, 4, and 4. And there'll probably be a dungeon at the end, so 4, 4, 3, and 1. Okay, yeah, alright. You know, that's actually fairly good quality content update. Deep resentment ought to be washed away, for when the far one comes betwixt the burnt door shall star fall astray. Are you sure we're going the right way? I don't like the sound of these songs. The main streets are most likely teeming with those who seeking to bring harm to the young master. We must venture an alternative path. And like you said, there weren't any skirmishes once we made it deeper into the dark alleyways. The lack of foot traffic would normally be pretty unsettling, but I guess that's what we needed at this moment. As for the song, it's a song that becomes rather popular in the back streets in the recent months. The lyrics are pretty popular for pretty ominous for a popular song. It's a song that spreads through the word of mouth, saying about the decimated Kong family. This is not the place to discuss such matters. I will share the tale in a more appropriate setting later should we come across it. Didn't know there was a song like that. Is it the first time you've heard it too, Honglu? He's a posh kid from a posh family. I doubt he's ever set his precious feet in the back streets, so it's no wonder he's never heard anything like it. I have been to the back streets before, but Heathcliff isn't wrong. I did spend most of my time in my room. That is precisely because you were the most treasured one of them all, young master. Much like how the jade of the greatest worth to be cherished, prized, and hidden from the deepest depths of the one's coffers where none shall reach. I'm like him? Oh, I kind of feel bad, actually. To a lesser degree, particularly as of late. So that guy used to work for the Gia family, huh? You know? Young master, there's something on my face. Honglu stopped himself as though a thought flashed into his head. Then what, Honglu? Sorry, I keep coughing. It's actually helping me feel better. Then, it's nothing. Shall we continue walking down this road? Indeed. Humble as I may be, I am very well versed in the roads of the area. Honglu shook his head and he cautiously changed the subject. It was as though he was trying to hide something. Could we be suspicious of something? He is a collaborator, but only a temporary one. A degree of caution would be advisable. Given Pilot's clear inexperience and naivety, he would do well to remain suspicious of this character. Faust and Otis approached me as Honglu was nodding along and chatting amicably with our guide. Well, looking back so far, I think we learned our lesson about blindly trusting every collaborator we come across. With this growing mistrust in mind, I slowly made my distance from the guide before asking Faust the burning question. So what was that about there with Virgil? Something about going off to help him out? The consequences of his actions at Wuthering Heights. Oh. His actions were a violation of one of the more important items in his contract. With the company, he's simply taking responsibility for the breach of contract. Leviathan. I think back to the incident at the manor. It feels like such a long time ago. Kind of a bummer. He really helped us out. What? That's what they're dragging him away for? Is there a problem, honored guest? Ah, there's no problem. S-U-I. Rousseau, can you carry Heath for a bit? He's dead tired. Will be done. It will be done. Heathcliff, punched from the gut by a hit of Ryoshu's sword, fell forward right into Rousseau's welcoming shoulder. Roja? You know, the kind of person I hate the most, the kind of dull people who can't read the room. Don't you feel the same way, Dante? Yep. I nodded enthusiastically as something seemed to imply that she wasn't really asking me a question. I doubt she was about to punch my lights out, but... Rojan and Ryoshu judged correctly at this time. Classified company information must not be discussed in the presence of an outsider. Reminds me of the time he got knocked out cold for a while because he kept asking questions without raising his hand. This guy doesn't learn. You successfully preserved the secrecy of the classified information without spilling blood. I applaud this policy. I did good, didn't I? I'm not a fan of how they're treating Heathcliff like dirt now. If it is no problemo, as you say, then it's well indeed. Then I worry that it appears the problem has found us anyway. We were surrounded. Son of a bitch. Ah! They must not be allowed to disseminate our current location. Exactly. Where are you slinking off to, Mr. King Tao? I must regrettably and humbly say that my talents were terribly lacking, so I intend to become a source scarce for a moment. Yet I have the utmost faith in the strengths of young masters. And anyways, bye! Yeah, okay. So obviously he's going to betray us.
뭐야 그
Sharp-looking stranger.
더
Bleed, paralyze. No passives. Okay, cool.
벤다는 사활을 건다. 육참.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 그릇 두드려 패. 뭐야 그 파이팅이다. 목을 내놓고 있도록.
벤다면 사활을 건다.
지금이 기회인 것 같소. 다음은 어디요?
Rip space.
어떻게 다친 짓을
예사롭지가 않은데. 아주
기세가
작살을
수그러지는
내놨어.
반격의 기회다.
살을 빼어내고
지금이 기회인 것 같소.
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 어느새 끝나는 게 싸우는 거지.
벤다면 사활을 건다.
이 작살엔 필살의 집념이.
Wow, no way. We killed him. Oh yeah, wait, no.
이렇게 진리가 졌다. 다음은 어디요? 확고한 승리가 눈앞에
Son of a
있다.
bitch. Hey King, guess what I forgot to do?
패착이 있었나. 이렇게 착수.
That's what I forgot to do.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저거 다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
어두운 무지를 열어적지라.
육참
효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
One note I think would be really fun identity to play at this game. One that just has an absurd amount of bleed count, and then they swap bleed count and potency. Something like that. Like that is entirely their main goal. They don't do much actual bleed, like, damage. But if you can set them up to play right,
바람도 딱
they
좋네.
can make it so your bleed will really never fade.
총원 저놈을 추적해.
I think that could be fun.
떼어내고
지금이 기회인 것 같아.
끝.
기회다. 지금이 기회인 것 같소.
Good crit. Wow.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
예사롭지가 않은데? 아주 작사를 내놨어.
Alright, that's it, bud. You're getting rip space.
사냥이 성공적이었네요. 이 흐름대로 사냥을 끝내러 가보죠.
벤다면 사활을 건다. 육참
Good failure, Merceau.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 그릇 두드려 패. 풍과 함께 사라져.
직접
He did his soft voice line because he failed both coins. No way.
하나 눕혔네.
총원
이렇게
불격.
눕혀가다 보면 이제 끝나는 게 싸우는 거지.
한 놈도 남지 않을 때까지 지금을 반복한다. 쉴 새는 없다.
We done it. All cells in the immediate vicinity have been eliminated. Our collaborator, who had been hiding from the battle, quickly ran up to our side as soon as the fight ended. Are you unhurt, young master? Yeah, I'm fine. Of course, our guest martial skills were all exceptionally brilliant, but you, young master, your light was the brightest even among the iridescent. This humble servant could not hold back tears of wondrous sight to witness such exceptional martial arts from none other than the young master himself. What an unexpected surprise. Don't the children of the Gia family undergo all sorts of strict training? It was simply my assumption that the young master had ceased his trainings when he departed. How do you think they tracked us down? It appears you weren't exactly tracked. Perhaps it was that ilk who lurk in these parts of the backstreets recognized the young master's venerable countenance. I don't think my face is that well known. The family hierarchy evaluations are nigh. Every soul living in Hongyuan must know the face of the young master who is loved by every elder of the family. It must be that they are under the assumption that you are carrying something of great value. They all assumed wrong then. I didn't bring anything precious that the elders might be looking for. Young master, even now? Couldn't care less about it, that's all. Besides, many of my siblings are much better fit to be a family hierarch. That's a relief. A relief. A relief, huh? Ah, well, but of course, it's a highly dangerous endeavor to partake in a family hierarch evaluation, so it's a great relief to know that the young master is not putting himself in unnecessary danger. Yeah, he's gonna betray us. Well, now we took them all down, there shouldn't be any more on the way, right? Greg, can we not jinx ourselves? Heh. Why are you laughing, Ryoshu? I'm worried now. Please do not concern yourselves any further. We will take a more Clandestine path. I guarantee you safe and easy passes for our destination. I have a hard time buying that. Lay, this place would constitute a perfect place to set up an ambush in most places. You claim this to be the safer one. Hey Ishmael, you have a pamphlet in this place, don't you? No way, you're actually gonna read it? Why else would I ask? I mean, how could I not be caught off guard? After a whole year of getting brushed off by everyone, every time I plead with them to read the damn pamphlets! Like hell, did no one think to... I will find my own intel if you're going to ramble on. Here, take it. Ishmael's a fucking book nerd. Oh my gosh! Yep, I definitely taste blood. That's amazing, though. That's in character. Oh my gosh, that's in character. Okay. Also, Otis is having characterization. No way. That's funny. That's really freaking funny, actually.
정착지를 찾을 때까지 이 기세를 잃지 않기를.
Kazan. That was in Octopath 2, actually.
가스 점화! 엔진 시동!
We were on a desperate run, all the while fighting off hordes upon hordes of enemies. Oi, what happened to safe and easy passage? Explain this joint. It appears the young master's radiant countenance was made known. I thought we were finding more clandestine passage. How come we're getting jumped even more? I said, at least try and give a little variation. I cannot easily say he's being untruthful given the disjointed allegiance of our enemies. Otis played with the pamphlet in her hand, clearly frustrated but unable to establish anything concrete. For people without clear allegiance to attack a member of the Gia. Looks like everyone in the backstreets has been getting pretty plucky while I was away. Back then, I couldn't even catch a glimpse of their faces. They'd all be on their hands and knees whenever we walked past. What a wonderful change. Oi, shove that wonderful change up your ass, you bloody loon. How much longer till we get there? My Kazan is near, calm your worries. He seems calmer now. Did he really get numb to all the violence that fast, or... What's a Kazan? It is a term commonly used to refer to taverns and their equivalent places of lodging in this region. Ah, like a hotel? Ooh, it's gotta be pretty fancy then. Do they serve like complimentary snacks and drinks like the whip train? Not sure about that, but it seems like Kazan also serve alcohol and food alongside their lodging services. Hopefully we won't get attacked in there. Residential non-aggression taboo. Any mutual acts of violence inside a resident building is within the particular area of floor of Hong Yun is a taboo. A taboo we may rest easy within then. I saw Faust's eyebrows slightly twitch as though she had heard the most ridiculous thing, but I guess I'll ask her about it later. Man, if it's for some kind of family hierarchy or family head selection contest, why couldn't they save all the fighting until then? Because it would be too late. What? Every hierarchy candidate must have brought incredibly precious treasures with them. It'd be nice if they believed that their own treasure is the most precious of them all, but everyone's gonna try and take others just to be sure, just in case someone else brought something even better. They might as well kill them too for the sake of convenience. Is that how folks in your family think? What kind of line of thinking is that? Other families didn't seem different to mine. Damn. Deepest apologies for the intruding upon the most enthralling conversation, however, we may be inviting him further trouble by dawdling. It'll be nighttime soon. And that time's when the sweeping comes. Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep! I actually hate that game quite a lot, but I just like that exact voice line. Ooh. Struggling. Oh, that's No support ID for the bonus. Right, it's right here.
어두운 무지를 열어줬지라.
I don't like Rupture at all. I'm sorry, Ryoshu Gamer. You're not going to see your favorite character. I don't like Rupture. I just straight up don't think it's fun.
자, 맞서보죠.
I would use Warp Ryoshu if that wasn't one of the things that would have to be changed. My big problem with events in Limbus is always that you have to use specific characters, and you can't just use it for the sake of using it. You have to use the event identities, which is cool when you like them, but if you don't, then it's like, whatever. I love the visual design of Strider Ryoshu, I'm gonna be real. I think that the visual design is like one of the actual coolest things ever. I don't like Rupture as a status. I think that it's just either worthless or broken. It's either OP because it's so good, it's true damage. She's not a very Rupture unit though. Really? I swear she had Rupture in her kit. Like his wire spinal tremor. What? Hold on. Oh! Okay, hold on. That might actually completely change my opinion. Like, I saw that she had speed conditionals. Okay, hold on. I will genuinely put her in the squad next time.
이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 어느새 끝나는 게 싸움인 법이지.
I kind of just assumed that it was like Earl King with sinking, where it's like he has a different status, but it's also what he's kind of built for. He does a lot better if he's in a sinking team, but it's not necessary. And for me, I like building for a specific thing. My whole team composition usually involves Warp Ryoshu as well, because they have the Pride skill 2? Yeah. My whole build is literally just either Gloom or Pride Resonance with Captain Ishmael as the base of the team, because getting the free attack lets me get to stagger thresholds easier, allowing for Merceau to hit hard, allowing for Earl King to hit hard, Hong Lu, if he gets the extended attack with a skill 3 of a thing, it just does crazy damage. My team is built around the idea of I want to deal damage.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 두드려 패.
이 작살엔 필살의 집념이.
I like the visual design. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, first impressions, I absolutely love how they look. Their art, their like outfits, super cool. I don't think I like the kit though, because I really don't want to like a Rupture unit. It's kind of Pride at this point. It's kind of me saying, hey, Rupture is stinky and poo-poo and dumb. Now here we are. Is this the place? After running through the alleyway after alleyway, after turning corner after corner, we finally came across the side of several small buildings tightly built next to one another. At the center of them was a building with red lamps, adorned with a door plate with complicated-looking letters scribbled over it. This is shoddier than I expected. Isn't this place a bit too trashy to house your precious young master? Rojin. You're something special. That's not our building. Please look this way to see where our honored guest will be staying for the night. I knew it. I heard so much from Hong Lu about the splendor of all. We followed his finger and arrived at a small warehouse of sorts that looked smaller than Mephistopheles. Can we even fit in there? Yeah, this place looks trashy as heck, even for us, let alone the young master. This is the nearest Kazan we could afford to stay in, at least among the other ones that I manage. Yet its location in the back streets heavily limits the level of decency I can afford. My deepest and sincerest apologies to the young master. Don't worry, we can't always sleep in decent places. It just looks fine for an overnight stay to me. Are you nuts? Can all of us even fit in there? Much did I wish to guide the honored guest to the family mansion in the central zone. However, the time... Oh, the sweeping wave. Doesn't that start at 3:13? I feel like we got plenty of time. Don't we have more than enough time? According to H Corp, the central area is like an hour away. Has the honored guest traveled to District 8 before? Oh, no. Then one must ask how the honored guest could claim to a full understanding of the place merely by flipping through a book when she hasn't had to contend with it in person. Oh my gosh, this is exactly the characterization that Ishmael has. I fucking read Moby Dick. I'm proud of that. This, oh my gosh, they are giving her some good characterization. Innumerable, unpredictable changes await in the teeming jungle of buildings, the ever-shifting structures, the constantly changing paths, ambushes from foolish yet vicious syndicates, even offices in the back street. Oh, we are beset by danger on all sides. Such bold, flippant approach to predicting the phenomena of this place to court death. Even a toddler must know that. Okay. One fails to disguise his utter sorrow at the inadequacies of her wisdom. We're thinking back to the Great Lake, Ishmael. Sip it, Dante. But if the guidebook lists a path, does it not apply it's technically possible to reach there in time? I have faith that if our executive manager would lead us in your directionally challenged stead, they'd be able to lead our destination before night falls. This does not appear to have been discussed beforehand. Very well, allow me to speak freely. My responsibility is to bring the honored guest to the central zone and ensure the young master's safety. It is indeed technically possible to reach the family mansion before the night of the backstreets. Technically. What zodiac are you at night? I have no idea. I don't know what the zodiacs are, even. Taurus. Yet not even an iota of danger to the young master shall be permitted. The mission that shall be so graciously bestowed upon this humble servant is not to guide the young master with haste, but to guide him with the utmost safety. I'm 21. Figure it out. Actually, 22 in April. Oh. It is said that those engaging in the strategies and plans must remain wary of losing sight of their purpose, to stubbornly forge on towards the family mansion in lieu of necessity. In lieu of necessary intel to see. You know, fuck it. I'm skipping this sentence. Wonderful. You have all the qualities of someone I would trust my life with when devising a stratagem. This is the most fitting attitude for those who genuinely wish the best for whoever. I have misunderstood your intentions truly. They sparked my ire by comparing some of your choice words with my own. Yet my eyes have been opened to the honest loyalty that lies within your heart. They're best buds now. That's the American zodiacs, the Chinese ones. So goat. You hear that, guys? I'm the goat. I'm the goat. Let's go. I'm a goat. The exaggerated smile had all but completely faded from her face, replaced with an odd but dead serious expression. Oh, she's faking it. Completely turned around the guy. Zoe saying, so long, I'm gonna quit and go work with this guy. Thanks for everything. As is for the hotel, it's still much better than sleeping outdoor tent barracks. We should be able to relieve ourselves of some fatigue here before moving on. Did you not earlier insist on continuing our search for a better accommodation with the greatest vehemence, Otis? Yeah, whenever we get your point, let's just go inside. My humble self can only behold your generous acceptance of this insignificant lodging with the deepest gratitude. After all the serious talk, the man seemed oddly relieved to hear her decision. Architecture of today mustn't be judged with such haste merely by observation. The interior may hold aught to be surprised with, or may not. With Rhodians surrendered, wouldn't that be nice? We made our way into the building. Oh, this actually ain't so bad. It's kinda clean in here. This place presents a rather classical aesthetic. Landscape paintings lining the walls give a rather sophisticated mood. It's spacious. Much more spacious than it looked. It seems the building only appeared small due to the density of the structure. Well, the door is open. Should my presence be required, I should be in the small shed next to this building. Please converse freely. He excused himself. Hong Lu stood a fair distance from the guide, quietly watching his face as he left. His expression was enigmatic, as if he was gazing upon the clouds, the flowers, or the wind. Yet there was no light in his eyes. It was as if they beheld a storm cloud. A desolate field of wilted flowers, and a howling, destructive gale. You suspect something, Hong Lu? Not yet, I don't think. Huh? Not yet. So, big brother, something felt off to you too, huh? That's when we caught the familiar voice. Shishun, it's you! Ah! Hi! Oh god, you're gonna have rupture conditionals, aren't you? It's you who fucking got bled by the vampires all the time. Yeah, I told you I had a feeling we'd be seeing each other again very soon. Tis young Master Hong Lu's canto! Thank you, Don Quixote. Have you been well, young master? I'm so glad you're doing well, Master Wei. Oh wait, don't tell me you're staying here too, Zia. I normally wouldn't set foot in a place like this. I ran into some kind of large-scale construction on my way back. I had to come through the back streets. So it wasn't just us. Hail to thee! Ugh. The confident look on her face was immediately replaced by that of alarm. Did she lose her memories again? Is she with you? No, she's the same. He looks like such an airhead. Young Gia, wouldst thou accompany me to the lounge but a moment so that we may share a moment of catching up? Oh yeah, let's actually do that. Gia seemed to hesitate for a moment, staring at Dawn after hearing that her memories were intact. We're walking right up to her. I like that idea. Shall we? Why don't you go find a room for you to stay in? We'll talk some things with her. Uh-huh. What, you want to do some catching up, right? Tis the manager! Loss of critical personnel would be a cause for disciplinary action, Dante. I don't think there's anything wrong with making friends, though. Looks like Gia really likes Dawn, if she's comfortable enough to tease her like that. It's not Dawn she likes, she's obviously just wants her power. My lady, this is hardly an appropriate place for... Fine, I'll try again later. Get some sleep, I'm heading in too. Let's all head inside now. Iffy, sleepy time. Sleepy time junction.
개운하게
At
정리됐어요.
least saying he could hardly
머리까지 너무
function.
개운해진 것 같은데. 뭐 다시 공부하면 되죠.
Suspicion. Oh god, it's only reading. Why is it only fucking reading? Ah! Everyone was busy looking around and commenting on various things in our lodging, but Sinclair appeared to be the most anxious of them all. Sinclair? Sorry. Sinclair, what's up? Something in here stands out, like, imagine an ideal picture. Did you call? Okay, they're having fun with the writing now. The writing team deserves more money. They're having so much fun. Oh, I missed that joke, you say? That what I... Ah. Am I the only one who feels like something stands out like a sore thumb? Oh yeah, glad you brought it up. I didn't say anything because I thought it was just me. Roja? So what's so off about this place? Isang has an ideal alarm whenever anyone says that word. Yeah! Yeah, true! True. It's like his spider sense, except he's depressed, so it's his wing sense. Isn't it obvious? Isn't it obvious? Where'd the complimentary snacks go? What's this weird mystery table? That is kind of weird, though. What's the table doing here? Its saturated colors are quite the pleasant sight to behold. So is it any better What the hell is that hideous table? This kerfuffle, sparked by a particularly unsightly piece of indoor furniture, calmed somewhat once everyone made it inside the building. Of course, no one was able to discern the real purpose of the table yet. Every step of the floor leaves black residue on the shoes. Not only the floor, the walls... Not only the floors, touching the walls leaves an unidentified black substance on one's fingers. Not to mention how the walls ripple in an odd fashion. What could possibly be a construction of this structure? Well, my guess is the maintenance staff's been slacking. Maybe, but why is everything so neatly organized in the case? I've been up to enough seedy establishments to tell when a place has got a whiff of... has gone a while without a tidy up. At least it appears that each room is furnished with a bed. Well, this is far from optimal. Executive manager may be able to rest here. I guess they really didn't have the time to clean up. She is the last person to walk into the room. Having taken time to examine the area outside the lobby, stared blankly around the room with an aghast expression. I'm not even sure what to say of this ridiculous negligence. Oh, it's gonna be full of sweepers. Then found a room after leaving a scathing remark. That ain't the first time we're sauntering around. There's some shady business in it. Let's just cross that bridge when we come to it, yeah? I guess anyone could tell that there was something definitely wrong about that guy. Ryoshu Isang just had his ideal alarm go off. Someone said ideal. Suddenly he jumps into the picture. Some sinners, including Heathcliff, had already slumped to the floor. Vofficiously, I don't remember what that word means. Vofficiously expressing their desire to rest with a collective sigh of exhaustion. Well, it is pretty weird, but at least we have a roof over our heads. In that case, Dante, perhaps this may be a good time to announce today's close of business. Huh? I never made this announcement. Oh, I hereby confirm today's close of business. Understood. Thank you kindly. Starting now, you'll be given a maximum of 12 hours to partake, sleep, and rest. The duration is subject to change. Good night. The sinners went to their rooms, some stumbling into their rooms while others lingered to speculate over the bizarre table. Save for Otis. Got something to say? Yes, manager. It's about our guide. Tao. Your new best friend from earlier? That is simply untrue. Did you not see the signal I gave you? Oh, you mean when you nodded? Indeed, the individual has an informational advantage over us when it comes to this locale. Regardless of how strong the accusations we came up with were, he would have been able to explain them away using his familiarity with the region. Though, as the party with an information disadvantage, it would be wise to feign camaraderie and friendship with the individual go along with their plan while trying to dig out as much intel as possible. Oh wow, I seriously thought that guy won you over. Executive manager, I've been in this business for many years. How could you even imagine would it be fooled by an amateur spy? It's nothing. Otis' disappointment was palpable, but she stopped herself as though she remembered that there was more important things. While it is uncertain as to how long the individual will be accompanying us, it would be reasonable to speculate that he was approached by the LCB with the explicit purpose of eliminating Hong Lu. I present the fact that it was Pilot, that inexperienced greenhorn, who somehow completely and conveniently came across the connection. It's another piece of evidence supporting the suspicion. That is actually true. Faust also has information. Everybody is keeping secrets. A review of every known taboo has failed to identify one he has called residential non-aggression. That one that prohibits a taboo that universally prohibits acts of violence within residential areas. That has to be a lie. It's too early to come to conclusions regarding that matter. It appears that this area, Hongwan, has taboos that change depending on your location. However, considering every other circumstantial evidence, we can come to a conclusion that he was most likely lying to us. Your assessment cannot be denied. Yeah, I think that you're not allowed to backseat me on this, but I'm 100% certain that this building is like made of sweepers. They're in the walls. They're in the goddamn walls. If that's the case, we must already be deep within enemies' machinations. The constant stream of random assailants we faced earlier was most likely part of their plan. It may very well be that this building itself is a trap, yet we lack the intelligence about this particular backstreet to be certain. However, we do have one minor advantage. It seems they have severely underestimated our capabilities, given the low caliber of the assailants they decided to send after us. One thing we can capitalize on is the mutual lack of intel. Keep our guard up, remain alert, and we should be able to navigate our way to this trap. Okay, I got it. Sorry about the misunderstanding. I didn't know what to trust. I would appreciate it if you could trust me fully next time. Dang. Otis is actually being given characterization. God, there's more fucking dialogue. We have had 3 fights. 3 fights. I realized that Honglu was missing as I was spending time chatting with the sinners. I didn't notice him going into his room. So I walked to the exit about to look for Honglu outside. I ran to Gia. It's getting late. Where are you going alone without a guard? I'm looking for Honglu. Right, can't understand it. When it comes to conversing without the sinners, I find that there are 2 types of people. The first type usually says whatever's on their mind without pausing or caring for my reply. And I can't read because chat's in the way. Given that this type of person isn't actually looking to communicate with me, this simplifies things a little on my end. However, it's also oddly insulting as it seems as though they don't recognize me as a human, but rather, well, a wall. Or a clock. Concrete. And the other type is the one that reads me so well they might as well be able to hear what I'm saying. Virgilius falls into the latter category. He recognizes the pitch of my tics and talks, reading my body language, sometimes even claims to see my expressions, like how Don Quixote can. And Gia, who saw through me the short exchange. Okay, let's see. Just looking to get some early morning... No. Does your prosthetic head have a respiratory function? Gia did not belong in this category. Hong Lu. I'm looking for Hong Lu. Shaking your head no. So you're looking for something to eat? She's a new one, the type that tries to figure out what I'm saying without asking for help. Would it not be wise to wake or find someone who may be able to translate? They would have done it themselves if there was something important. I'm kind of curious though. What was your hand gesture you made when I first asked you? You brought your index fingers up to your cheeks? He's always smiling, so thought maybe it could stimulate a smile. It was an effect to... perhaps it was an effort to express your cuteness. I'm trying to smile. This isn't gonna be easy. You're looking for my brother, huh? We took some very roundabout ways, but I eventually was able to get her to understand what I was trying to say. Well, see, if he's who you're looking for, you should be able to find him in the lounge back there. Doubt he got very far. I did have something to tell you, but never mind. I feel like the mood's been ruined. Let's talk about this later. I found Hong Lu gazing at the hazy scene of the opaque window. What are you doing here, bud? People watching. There were some people stumbling through the streets outside. I stared outside the window at the scene. Hong Lu seemed to sense what I was thinking and began. Are you worried for me, Dante? Oh, it's your turn. It really is. I'm back at H-Corp and everyone's talking about the family. You don't have to worry about me. I did not wish for anything from Limbus Company. What? Really? I'm not like you saying. I'm not hiding my true feelings. No one gave me a wonderful promise like they would help me recover my torn and broken wings. I joined to have some new experience. But we do know that something will definitely happen. Whatever it's going to be, something that will shake you to your very core, even if you didn't wish for anything. Probably yes, but it's okay. I'm used to being led by the will of others. No matter what happens here, I can't do this like everyone else, because that's how it's always been. Whatever happens to me, or to those around me, I only... A loud, boisterous bellow suddenly cut off Hong Lu. Oi, let me go! Listen to that sod talking and telling me he's not supposed to get mad at that. Dang it, lower your voice. What are you doing? Greg and Heathcliff were most likely hiding behind the entrance door, tumbled into view. I knew I shouldn't have come here with this big guy. Couldn't you be patient for a few minutes? How long have you two been? Listen, from the very start, of course. Thought it was finally making some sense at first, but what's that? You're used to following others' will? I didn't mean to irk you, Heathcliff. I'm only telling the truth. Bloody hell, I'm about to burst the vessel. Oi, buggy bloke. Am I supposed to practice patience after listening to that drivel? I think I'm practicing plenty of patience despite you calling me buggy bloke out of nowhere, so yeah, you are. It's not what I... Finally, some silence. Anyways... Sorry about listening in, fellas. I'll let you into some big secret if you let this one slide, though. It's the secret. Gregor rubbed his arm awkwardly and stared at it in the silence. They pointed at the pillar in the exaggerated motion. Guess who's hiding behind that pillar, bud? With that, two familiar figures stumbled out into view behind the pillar. This fucking game, I can't take it seriously anymore. Heathcliff and Gregor listening at the door. Sinclair and Ryoshu. Sinclair is probably just fucking like being compressed into a tiny cube. Ryoshu's just holding him like, you're not gonna tell anyone. We're listening. We're getting secrets. I'm gonna bleed you. Sinclair's like, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I didn't mean no harm. I can't take this seriously. B-W-A-H-A. Bad week and highly annoying. Good night, snooze fest, she says. Did I get that wrong? I never said GNS. Where did you get it, FU? Ryosho looked at Sinclair with some interest before slicing open the ceiling above the entrance. And with an uncharacteristically wet noise for something cutting through a wall, black ink-like substance dropped into the floor, followed by Rogia and Otis. G-T-F-O. Wow, didn't realize I'd garnered such an audience for my story. They're all just fucking... It's gonna be Merceau and Dawn, isn't it? It's Merceau and Dawn are just gonna be the only people not doing anything. Merceau was told that he could go to sleep, and he did. He is standing there in his normal, everyday expression, sleeping. Executive manager, the reason I followed you out here was for the purpose of protection, as I was concerned for your safety. I'm not like the others who have followed merely to sate their curiosity. Yeah, I was bored. Then shall we continue? Everyone back to your rooms. Heathcliff is so stupid. Okay. The High Show Pack. Oh! Wait, what? Um. Hmm. I literally have no good Gregor identities, don't I? Like, what Gregor identities even are there? There's Priest. Ah, there's Fire Fist that I didn't even try and pull for. I didn't have enough lunacy. I could have gone Fire Fist.
아침은 무사하오.
Do I up-tie this? Because what does it really give me? Yeah, I don't like Pirate as much. I like... Okay, question. You're allowed to backseat me a little bit. What damage type does the next fight do, mostly? What does this do? Do they mainly deal slash, or... Because I really want to take Tank Gregor, honestly. I think I'm going to take Tank Gregor.
탄환은 계속해서 만들어지고 방어쇠도
Nope, need one more. Alright.
실험 종료.
I'll just go this one.
선행연구에서
잠든 자들에게는 기꺼이 꽃 한 송이를 놓겠소.
So yeah, no, I really don't think that I want to,
금방 가지.
마침내 현장 투입인가.
응, 금방 가지.
탄피가 떨어질 때군요.
I really don't think that I want to, how do I even say this? Use the other heights and whatever Ryoshu. I will just take the L, honestly, and not use it for now. I'll get Otis, and if I like Otis, then I'll try and pull for Ryoshu. After that little kerfuffle, just as everyone was scattering to their rooms, Otis slowly began to vehemently oppose me leaving all on my own. Are you absolutely certain, manager? Seriously, you don't gotta worry about it. I usually took night watch on the bus anyways. This is true, however, we are currently in an uncharted territory for our team. We do not have much experience sleeping at a pace where our safety isn't an absolute guarantee. Hey, we're literally right next door to them. I'll take less than 5 seconds for us to come over when something happens. Do not know that every second matters, but... Now, babushka de calm. Let's get you out of here. Aww, she colored old lady. An oddly familiar sequence of events and words played out, and eventually left my room. In peace and quiet. I sit in the corner of my bed, surrounded by silence, and allowed my shoulders to slump for once. I don't need sleep, but the fatigue doesn't go away on its own. I need some time to relax and empty my thoughts. Well, I've gotten somewhat used to the pain. It still hurts like hell when I rewind the sinner's time. The longer this journey got, the more frequent and severe the sinner's injuries became. And the longer the journey got, the more frequent and severe the sinner's injuries became. They did get stronger, that's for sure, but so did our enemies. Which meant that my clock is always turning and turning without a moment to rest. I think of the star. Before the great gates which I face with every revival, I witness its intricate engravings and feel its silent vibrations. Even after a whole year, I'm still no closer to understanding what they were supposed to represent, but by emptying my thoughts and taking in the sights, I find myself calming down. Also, the wind is quite cool and crisp tonight. Like that wind. Something opened the window. There's no way this gentle breeze could have unlatched and left my window wide open. If I did, it would have made a loud noise. Chill isn't coming from in front of me. I slowly turn around to look where the window was supposed to be. Oh. You look cool. Only to see a melted wall and an intruder slinking through the newfound opening. Who are you? As though driven by some unknown survival instinct, I rolled off the bed. There was already a blade right where my neck and head met, a steel shearing cold. Just a little nudge and I'd be dead if I didn't. Even before I could make a tick. I remember how worried Otis was to leave me alone. I thought she was being paranoid. I should have trusted her judgment. Just as I was getting ready for my final struggle, my final movements filled with regret about not listening to Otis. What a pathetically thin blade. Delicate to have the clock C-I-H, don't you think? Ryoshu leapt from the ceiling and deflected the assassin's dagger away from me. Ryoshu! Stuck in thinking I was about to see something interesting, but you're just some beast with steel. I looked up to see the ceiling torn apart, dripping with viscous paint-like fluid, just as I saw earlier during my conversation with Hong Lu. Executive Manager, are you unharmed? Otis, was the one who instructed Ryoshu with that ceiling. I had room to hide in, remember that. Shut and help. Oh, I thought this one was just some beast with steel. I could have cut this beast in half had I not been on the bus. All of your abilities were diminished the moment you were hired by this company, equally defanged and depowered, if you will. I had a vague notion as to what he meant, but now I was feeling it. NFW. What is happening? Just as Ryoshu was struggling to stop the one blade, Intruder pulled out another dagger with their other arm and slashed at Ryoshu's neck. Beast of High Show's back. The intruder would have cut her throat had Wei not burst through my door. Who wields you now? I don't suppose dialogue is an option. Light enters not the vast garden. It falls a star, the fathoms still. Ah, no! The intruder reached into his clothes, muttering an odd invocation. Little shit, a talisman. Wait, get it together! My lady. Just as the intruder mutterings began to grow, Gia leapt into the room and struck the stranger with her fan. Are you going to let that bastard finish that stupid spell? They almost activated Q-Corp. Apologies, my lady. It seems that I still remain somewhat bound. You're no longer a high show. You serve me now. You got that? You don't have to let those things control you. Yes, my lady. I fell limply on the bed with the sudden alleviation of stress. Are you... I can't understand them anyways. I managed to stop the assassin before he laid a hand on them, fortunately. Got it. I didn't think there was anyone else in here. Let's switch the lights on. Click. When the lights came on, we saw... This one. It's from Malbranch. There was a black bamboo-hatted Kim wearing assassin on the ground. The walls! They're in the goddamn walls! I knew they must have done something to the building, but how is High Show here? The whole operation's gotta be spearheaded by someone with real power. Why the Mal branch? There are better High Show branches to use if all they want to do is cut off a clock's head. This one's from the Mal branch of the High Show, which means more of them must have infiltrated the building. Oh. Therefore, their goal must be to kill every guest staying in the Kazan. Well then, let's keep moving. We can't let them surround us if we want an even chance of... Dundee! Sinners burst into my room. Thou art! Thank you later. If we don't move our asses, we're as good as dead. Yes, we don't have time to contact the main forces. You know what to do when we're at a numerical disadvantage, right? It will be done, my lady. Dia Shun and Wei immediately stormed out of the room as soon as they saw the sinners enter, as though they had been waiting here for my protection. All of my gaggle of 12 idiots emerge. Dawn, Gregor, Otis, Merceau, Ryoshu all stood there. Merceau was covered in battle wounds, and Otis wore an inscrutable expression. I stand before you in shame, to have borrowed the hands of another to protect the executive manager. No, I should have listened. Extrapolating from your pattern in which the walls have disintegrated, it's likely they've utilized the identical means of infiltration for each sinner. Oh, were you attacked as well? Their ranks numbered many, manager, yet for how many of them there were, they are unsettlingly silent. Not almost. I saw on the way here some of us did get killed. Pelted straight through the guts. Fighting indoors was a taboo. Yes, a lie. Oh, how utterly cowardly and unjust. Alas, now is not the moment to ruminate upon their villainy. Correct. More of them. Yeah. I'm guessing that whoever that one guy is he's a fish zodiac or something. I don't know.
야, 쟤네 완전 술에 꼬른 놈들처럼 흐느적거리는데?
// Ah, damn it.
무슨 일이야?
Okay, so use this coin. It's unit speed divided by 4 times. Okay.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Can you do one thing?
이만하면 순항이죠. 바람도 딱 좋네.
Otis, can you like do one thing correct?
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Chinese rap. Yeah, Chinese rap stands for crap. Because that's what it is. It's crap. Also, what? Oh, would you look at that? We're struggling.
내 뒤로.
Neturo. Oh no, I'm so hurt. Would you look at... You're kidding me, dude. I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 두드려 패.
지금이 기회인 것 같소.
이런 동료들 상태에 신경 좀
He
쓰셔야
rolled
할 것
3 fucking tails. D, D, E, D, R.
맘.
예사롭지가 않은데? 아주 작살을 내놨어.
Rip space 10 stars apart.
오, 아 이런. 아무튼 놀라운 한 방이네요.
I'm just sad that Merceau failed 3 fucking heads in a row.
한 발을
At 25, mind you.
거기까지. 위험 요소 제거. 6천.
Imagine getting this late mirror dungeon. Hey, I don't want to actually. Please don't say that to me. I can't even think of that right now.
다음은 어디요?
Oh, that coin reuse would suck. Okay, I definitely could have used the other Yoshi there.
훌륭한 전시회였어. 하, 이걸 오히려 고맙다고 말해야 하나?
Floor 10 high show. At that point, just kill me.
천천히 가자니까.
Bro, I can't even make it to floor 10. I'm not even kidding.
저것들 좀
더
보세요.
처리할 먹잇감.
고약한 먹물이라도 뒤집어 쓴 것 같은 얼굴이네요.
So how do I get faster than them? It's a 4 to 7. This gives haste.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
된다면 4월을 보내.
Thank you, Merceau.
살을 베어내고.
에이, 저것들 너덜너덜하잖아. 일단 정신 못 차리는 놈 대가리부터 뭉개.
흑수며 뜀박질 춤.
You need to pick the right buffs. See, the problem is, whenever I go to Mirror Dungeon, it always feels like I never take any of the things that give offense level. So it's like I always do that, and I still just don't. I don't know. Do I have to fight? No, wait. Oh, they're just tanky. God, they are tanky.
쓰며 뒷박질 준비.
거기까지. 육청 살을 베어내고
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지.
육청
두드려 패.
Good crit, Merceau.
장전.
다들 힘이 솟는 것 같네요.
Good job, Ryoshu.
좋겠어요.
Very helpful.
된다면 사활을 건다. 살을 베어내고
By the way, after this, I'm probably going to be doing a mirror dungeon run. That one won't be recorded though for the YouTube video.
것 같소.
아무튼
Eh, it might actually. Who knows?
효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
Wow, you rolled a 12 on speed. If only base Don Quixote could do that.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Stagger.
자,
숨통 끊기.
자,
가치 없군.
Like, I guess that looks cool, but I don't like. I like the visual design. I wish they were more assassin-y than what they are. I guess I'm just hoping for more Shi association. Something tells me that they're not fighting us at full force. At least we routed them, so hopefully that means something. Where did Dawn go? Hawk, for I am here! Dawn rushed into my room. I had gone to spy if the other sinners had suffered as we have. Verily, they were indeed targeted. Most defended themselves as well against the curs. I shall be post-haste. Not everyone survived, huh? Young Sinclair and he sang, while it appeareth they had risen and battled, they were caught unawares by our foes. 'Tis likely their demise came soon after tripping over each other's foot. How embarrassing. Young Heathcliff, he... Isn't that the resident mob fighting expert? How do you get him? They didn't get me, mate. Good as new. Heathcliff? Let's go, you go soak up some glass. I recall a blade piercing you, young Heathcliff, in the back of his head. Didst thou turn the clock for him? No. Blimey, that's what this funny itch in the back of my... Heathcliff reached up to rub the back of his head, then crumpled. He's not breathing anymore, he's dead. How do you even manage to walk all this way over here without a hole in his head? Heathcliff! The other sinners are starting to gather, manager. As pathetic as this force may be, we cannot spare any hands at the moment, manager. We must also join the others as soon as possible. Gotcha. The clock turns as it always does. Whoa, whoa, please hold on a moment. Just kill him. Ryoshu. Chapter 7, this man. Just kill him. I am fucking sick and tired of untrustworthy NPCs at this point, dog. I can still see some people inside the lobby, which was also part of the bizarre process of melting away. Whew! That looks like Ryoshu. Among them, I noticed Gia, clashing against a figure wearing a bamboo hat, Kim. Going on the offensive already, huh? How come Big Shot and Control the High Shoe Pack decided to come after small fries? And behind the bamboo hatted wearing Kim stood Tao. I see you've tracked me down, so certain of your own safety, but my master has already prepared countermeasures. So you were behind this. Ah, it's you. I sussed you'd be planting something like this, but you lacked the patience to pull it off. You're quite observant. I thought I'd completely won you over. You must know that at H-Corp there is but one path to survival. Choose a family hierarch candidate and serve them with utter loyalty. But who in their right mind would serve young Master Bio? He who had grown up with no hardship. He who doesn't possess even a single speck of ambition. You shut your bloody mouth, eh? You, rich boy, you really gonna sit here and let the bloke talk shite to your face? But he's right. I don't have any ambitions. Have you got no self-respect? Do you have anyways? Okay, everyone shut up. He's obviously taunting you. Stop indulging it. Wei? I know that you have no means to wield a high show pack. So speak, which master did you choose to serve? Ah, so they are curious. Stay your sword, Zilu. Ah, young master, are you certain this is wise? Worry not, they are destined to be swept away by the morning dew. The trajectory of their fate shall not alter course. They wouldn't to witness me. The voice soon reveals himself from the shadows, walking into the light. Carousel assured gate. You? Seriously? I see, you're... Allow me to grace your ignoramuses with my exalted name. I am Y of the She family. The She! The fucking She! No way! Please, please, I beg you, give us more She! Please! I fucking beg you! Not that She. Damn it! My hopes and ambitions. Actually, they're not my hopes and ambitions. I just want Weldvar to shut the fuck up. Damn it. Also, unironically, I would absolutely love a Shiriyoshu. Make him Yujin. Except, they're not like starving or hurting or, you know, worked to death. You may know me as a very promised candidate to the throne of the family hierarch. Oh, that's it. I thought there'd be more.
승부수가 먹혀들었군. 판세는 완벽히 우리에게 있었다. 정착지를 찾을 때까지 이 기세를 잃지 않기를.
Soon. What the fuck is that? Clear within 15 turns. Actually, it was Team 5 that I wanted to turn back to you.
고래를 향해.
열쇠가 필요하신가요?
관리인가 아니면 애도인가?
관리인가.
착수.
Prominent. I can't read, chat's in the way. But of course, I claim control with the branch of the High Shopax. While you were wasting your time out there searching for the river of immortality or whatever, I don't even know where I start to rebut your brain-dead accusation. This is way beneath me. This is way beneath me. I don't even want to address my scene either. So, what is it? Big bro, Huan? Nothing. I can't imagine you... What the fuck? Wow, words. So what is it, Big Brother Juan? Nah, I can't imagine you'd ever be interested in someone like you. What are you talking about? I'm asking whose teeth you've been suckling on to gain the control of the Mao Ranch, because we both know for sure there's no way in hell you'd have the means to control them. You little... Oh, did I strike a nerve? Are you sure you want to insult my height when you're from where you're standing? It doesn't seem like the mastermind of this operation was actually anyone important. Agreed. I can tell just by the look of the trainer with the physiognomy of the deceiver. This is a waste of my time. Hey, Zilo, cut him down. The mission was to assassinate them. To meet them in an open battle to take the lives of the hierarch candidates was not what we agreed upon. What the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. Shut up and do as you're told. I may fight to protect your life, yet I cannot do more. Aishu hates no voices but that one holds the leash. Looks like that Shiyua doesn't even control these guys. There is apt saying oft invoked in my homeland. Fox may pretend to the throne, but only with the blessing of the tiger. Shut up! Damn it, this high show pack is useless. Can't even get a simple job done. Mr. EY, the high show pack is merely a backup plan. True strategy involves... Ah, true. This is fine. I have other plans to sweep you all away. This is the second time this individual has made an odd emphasis on the variation of the word sweep. What do you say? He bribed the sweepers? While this reaction may appear suspicious, the suggestion is almost an absolute impossibility. The head is at the top of the sweeper's chain of command. In other words, only the head possesses the authority to command them. Right, yeah. Moreover, they are prohibited from touching, let alone entering, any designated residential areas during the night in the back streets. This is a permanent immutable taboo of the head, one of the first to be introduced. Effort of going through the myriad of paperwork to ensure that Mephistopheles is recognized as residual vehicle is ultimately to capitalize on this taboo. Yes, it is exactly as you say. What a stupid question to ask, making me anxious out of nowhere. That soured the mood. Come, let us leave. I have only intended for them to see my face after all. Too bad I won't even remember them in a few days once they all get swept away. Master, why? We best leave. More unnecessary words are said. We're gonna get... This building isn't recognized as a building. We have the numerical advantage, don't we? You always make the most accurate read of the battlefield. What's going on over there? What's the tick-tocking noise? Our former guide seems to have figured out what our conversation was about because he took a few slow, careful steps away from Shi before bolting off into the distance. I've been thinking of this all day, but he sure is a fast runner. Oh, there he is. What is it, Honolulu? Do you remember something? I did. I had a hard time recalling this because it isn't from my family. But remember now, your big brother, the Shi family, right? Honglu, I'm gonna get that guy and beat the motives out of him. Is that gonna be okay with you? Huh? He's not from my family, but sure, big bro. Well, I will be happy to answer your questions. Okay, another thing. As your commander, should probably say something cool to start off the battle, right? Wow, this could be so cool, like something straight out of a story. Otis said something like this, that even if one side had the absolute advantage in battle, the commander's words may be the deciding factor who wins and loses. So I decided to borrow a few words from a book Hong Lu once lent me. It was a general who said it, I believe. Destroy them all! Destroy the child. I will do as you command, my lord. Oh god, what the fuck? Rupture, clash power, rupture, clash power. Oh, clash power, cool, I'm so happy. Rupture, clash power. So, I need to make sure yellow skill doesn't go off. If I do, it's on someone. Encounter start. Gain crushed bloodthirst. That's fucking stupid. Oh. That's so stupid. What is your speed range? 3 to 5. Okay, so that's not impossible to.
나아가주게.
저놈을 추적해.
Ouch. Ouch.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
총원 돌격.
징저 밝혀주마.
사람들
맞서보죠.
나를 보호해라.
우리들에게 이깟 파도 별것도 아니잖아요.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Honglu, can you actually just dodge something?
효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
속에서
Wow, that was probably the worst string of events that could have happened in that exact order.
관리자님.
총원 돌격.
편히 쉬시게.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 무릎 두드려 패.
이 작살엔 필살의 집념이 담겨 있지.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
Yeah, okay, I need to restart this actually.
깨어진 거울 가운데 죽어가는 양.
I need to have Honglu
엔진 시동.
get sanity, which is really weird and kind of awkward, and then I need him to just be a tank. You want spoilers? Because that's what you just got.
뭐야?
No, I don't want spoilers.
화이팅이다.
You get your Doulahan up. Get your money, get your money. I have no idea what you're talking about, honestly.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Hey, Dawn, can you maybe not suck? Oh my god, why does everyone fucking suck?
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라. 육참.
효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
Heathcliff, can you stop aura farming for a minute? Yeah, no, I think I need to reset that. I need turn 1 to go way better than that.
깨어진 거울 가운데 죽어가는 나비를
진리를 열기 위해
Fuck, I forgot to... Damn it. I'm just wasting my sanity at this point. It's fine, I got PE boxes. I'll...
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고.
Forgot to put on the Rio suit.
안 되는 놈들이니까.
I got 90.
진리를 열기 위해
It's fine, it's whatever, it's okay. Okay, we're fine, we're okay, everything's okay.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저거 다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
목을 내놓고 있도록 찢어 밝혀주마.
편히 쉬시게.
So he is already at a lot of sanity loss.
육참.
This is exactly what I said when I said I want to have a good start. Negative 39.
총원 불격. 자,
If I could build up to getting compulsion, that would be really nice, honestly.
저처럼 흔들리는
우라헌.
저희를 사냥감이겠네요. 가서 끝장내죠.
나아가주게.
Alright, this fight takes a long time. I don't know if I'm gonna get the EX thing. This is pretty cool though. Like, I like how this fight feels so far. I don't exactly know what it's going for.
저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
I can't say exactly what it's doing yet.
된다. 사월을 건너.
Oh. No. Fuck. No. 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 A strange tune crashes through the sound of this fierce battle. Is that EDM? It's familiar. No. No. He's back. He's back. No. Ah. What the fuck? What the fuck? The hell is wrong with you? I haven't been reading it because I don't think I can read. He's far too absorbed in his own foolishness to see he's walking to his own demise. Unexpectedly, Ricardo's face wasn't contorted with wrath even after enduring the barrage of insults. Instead, he looked surprised. Ooh, that's impressive. You just set off a new record. You were the current record holder for how fast can I get written up in Ricardo's Book of Vengeance challenge, boy. You did it in 15 seconds! Then with trembling hands, he reached down to grab his Book of Vengeance, opened it, and began to write something down on the paper, slowly and deliberately, as though it would make each stroke of the pen count. Unfortunately, your audacity is terminal. I will rip your jaws apart myself as punishment. Boys, make sure this little band of thieves won't get away while I deal with the pipsqueak. What the hell is this asshole talking about? Zilu! Who the... Actually, I don't care. Stop me if you can. Effective immediately, the punishment for all involved parties and bystanders at the site of your crime shall be complete and total extermination. I don't think we got much of a chance. His henchmen already begun slowly surrounding us as he ordered. Ready your weapons, everyone. Payback time. I've got a score to settle with that son of a bitch.
한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
It's back! They're back! Okay, I have to feed him some of the kills. Like, it is kind of hard required at this point.
쟤네 완전 술에 꼬른 놈들처럼 흐느적거리는데?
You know, you were the one that was, Okay, sorry everyone, be right back, 20 seconds. They've been chasing us. They have been chasing us this entire time. That's terrifying, honestly, but also really funny.
된다면 사활을 건다.
깊게 다친 지성을
방금 전투는 좀
나를
인상
보호해라.
깊었어요. 어떤 고래도 거뜬히 잡을 것 같은 투지였는데요.
된다면 사활을 건다.
이 작살엔 필살의 집념이.
Oh, I thought that this worked a different way than I... Oh. Damn it.
다음은 어디요?
아무튼 놀라운 한방이네요.
나는 이 왕좌에 묶여 홀로 통치하는 자일지. 예사롭지가 않은데? 아주 작...
There was an explosive noise from a distance, and moments later, Ricardo landed before us with a boom. I heard that the heist show beasts were a tough bunch, but that lady was something else. So why did a woman like that suddenly split from a fight? Not my problem. She's getting down the boat too. Time to take care of what I really came here for. Get ready for a beatdown, coupon thieves.
단체로 왜 저렇게 떠들썩한 거야?
Little brother Wiener. Fatal to blunt. Probably fatal to blunt. Definitely. Whoa. Half health?
나아가주게.
Get crushed.
직접 하! 열어드리죠.
열어드리죠?
이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
Let space tear the very stars apart.
육참
To blend their bones.
골단.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 두드려 패.
저놈을 추적해.
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
앞을 막을 자는 없어.
편히 쉬시게.
Oh, you're kidding me. That totally staggers you. Oh.
선원들, 나를 보호해라.
I guess it doesn't totally staggers you. We are 6 damage off from stagger.
총원 불격.
D rip space.
왜다 축상인데 이상 펴. 어디 초성이라도 만나.
You two lust. I don't have any lust generation, do I?
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Wow, yeah, they weren't kidding when they said middle never forgets their debts.
이 구속구가 나의 폭력을 저지하기엔
The middle do really be middling.
열어드리죠.
Yadadisha.
선원들, 파도가 밀려올
나를
것만
보호해라.
같아. 그런 냄새가 나요.
네, 듣고 있어요.
Do I have anything that can... Yeah, I can deal with that here. Kicking? I want to do some kicking.
나아가주게. 소원을 말하시오. 아주 간절하게.
I should not have done that in that specific way. I'm now realizing the folly of my mistakes. We've got stronger. We have a chance. No, we fucking don't! I didn't bring blunt identities for this reason! Well, not for this reason, but I didn't bring blunt identities.
슈라디아, 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
$940. We have 400 damage we need to cleave through. I don't think we're doing that very quickly.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
총원, 조명이 전멸하는 저곳으로. 파도가 모든 것을 쳐부술 거다. 전열을 지켜라. 내게 관심을
전지
돌려.
진짜 아프겠는데.
너희가 공격할 기회는 더
괜찮냐?
많아진다.
과 함께 사라져라.
149. Actually, that might barely push us over the edge to... if we don't suck. That's not good.
야, 저 새끼 좀 봐. 또 이상한 짓 하려고 하잖아. 일단 피해.
What's the stagger at again? 940. We have to deal 100 damage. Oh, wait a minute. A dog don't bite. Yes, he do!
어두운 무지를 열어줬죠.
What? I thought you could fucking... Okay.
생각보다 너무 거센데요?
나는 여기서.
Isn't this fun?
무슨 꼬락서리건 상관없다.
말뚝을 쑤셔 넣어주죠.
가스 점화! 엔진 시동!
So what are you weak to again? Ineffective versus blunt. Okay.
나아가주게.
Okay.
조금 두루두루 공부를 해야 했던 걸까요?
Oh, see, I didn't see this. I saw this, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's this guy. We're gonna be introduced to some new assassin-type person. Didn't even think of that. We're having another Philip moment. Holy shit, Philip is back.
어두운 무지를 열어줬지요.
How many times do you have to teach you this lesson, crying child?
육참.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 두드려 패.
Oh, you're kidding me.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
Damn, that's cheap.
뭐야?
뭐야?
아닙니다.
그렇습니다. Oh, wait a minute.
불길 속으로.
저 부표처럼 흔들리는 놈이 제1 사냥감이겠네요.
How many bullets you have?
가서 끝장내죠.
분수는 금기다.
Can I?
입을 열 시간이 있나? 고래에 집중해. 입을 열 시간이 있나?
Holy fuck! Can we spread out the damn sinners a little bit?
뛰어드는 것은 좋지 않소.
413. Okay, you're fine.
된다면 사활을 건다.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
불길 속으로.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
저놈을 추적해.
Thank you! Actually making this slightly more possible.
주게.
Damn, I have not gotten any of the skills that I need.
이 작살엔 필살의 집념이 담겨 있지. 자, 맞서보죠. 우리들에게 이깟 파도 별것도 아니잖아요.
나아가 주게.
Let's get all my skills in order.
저놈을 추적해. 오,
Getting all my skills in orders means that I am specifically going out of my way to try and burn all of my bad skills, except for this rift space, which I am forced to take. It's just unfortunate, but I can't do much about it.
아주 작살을 내놨어.
된다면 사활을 걸.
Look, guys, I have 15-3. I have the rupture conditional, guys. Isn't that funny?
잘했군.
잘했군!
하지 않을 때까지 지금을 반복한다.
실수는 없다!
열어드리죠.
열어드리시죠. Ah, that's unfortunate.
나를 보호해라.
서대폰 나다 버렸죠.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
잘했군.
잘했군!
놈도 남지 않을 때까지 지금을 반복한다. 쉴 새는 없다.
실수는 없다!
다음은 어디요?
밝게 열어젖힌다.
Okay, we got through that actually a lot easier.
저놈들 나를 보호해라. 상당히 즐거워 보이는데요. 뭔가 기운을 내게 하는 걸 먹었을지도 몰라요.
불길 속으로.
편히 쉬시게.
I'm not gonna lie, this is actually kind of a hard fight, and I'm having a lot of fun doing so. Like, I genuinely enjoy having to fight Ricardo again.
이 작살
I'm not even kidding, like, I genuinely think this has been very fun.
담겨 있지.
It's weird.
나의 폭력을
Like, I
켜줄게.
don't understand thematically why he's here, I
이
guess.
방식을 기억하는 게
Ah, that's unfortunate.
파도가 밀려올 것만 같은 그런 냄새가 나요.
Really? So it's either 24. Well, darn, this sucks.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
We actually do have a chance, though. This is a good way of showing, like, the power scaling of how far we've come. What happened to your insight?
마치 파도가 치기 직전에 힘이 뭉치는 것처럼.
Complete a total extermination!
불길 속으로.
Rip space, tear the very stars apart. I offset you!
저건 진짜 아프겠는데? 야, 괜찮냐?
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
Damn, that's a G. Well, whatever.
내가 너를 위해 기도할 것이니 넌 반드시 부서진다.
방금 파도가 너무 거칠었던 탓에 치명상을 입은 동료가 생긴 것 같아요. 확인해 보시는 게 좋겠는데.
At least Dawn is getting some necessary beauty sleep after her whole vampire escalation.
파도가 밀려올 것만 같은 그런 냄새가 나요.
지금은 바빠요.
나아가주게.
Oh no, he loses 5 sanity.
저놈을 추적해.
이상한 기류는 기가 막히게 느끼거든. 저게 뭔가를 할 것 같긴 한데 어떻게 해야 할지는 모르겠으니까 머리 좀 굴려봐.
I might just have to do this, I think.
어두운 무지를 열어줬지라.
육참.
Claim your bones. Funny bone claim, man.
총원, 조명이 전멸하는
He still failed coins every
모든
freaking
것을
time.
잡으실 거다.
I offset you. I offset you. I fucking offset you.
열심히 쏠렸으니 너희가 공격할 기회는 더욱 많아진다. 마치 파도가 치기 직전에 힘이 뭉치는 것처럼.
940. Yeah, I don't think we're making that. We are faster than him, though. Which makes me very, very happy.
나아가주게.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
We fucking did it! I knew for a fact we just had to get to the stagger threshold. Please tell me that was EX. 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 Wait! Please tell me that was EX. A shout cuts across the battlefield. Just as sudden as the appearance of Ricardo was making things incredibly more difficult for us. Didn't that guy split? What's he doing here laughing his butt off? Oh, you finally lost it, eh? Failed plan if a failed plan takes a toll, I suppose. Oh, maybe that was too much. But I mean, how could I not laugh, right? When after all, everything comes together perfectly. You hear this too, don't you? The sound of the city. The sound of the back streets. You hear the sound of crashing waves. Waves? When the sound of battle came to a stop with Shi Yua, suddenly, When the sudden battle came to a stop with S-Y, sudden shout, we suddenly began to notice the low, crawling sound of the omen that had been swirling around the commotion. Something's melting, gurgulating, or perhaps boiling over. If not, it's seeping and siphoning its trace that was almost living and dead. Crashing and breaking, devoid of any recognizable stops, the lines between where it begins and where it ends blurred, yes, like waves. Current time is 0321 hours, and it's too late. Night in the back streets. We've never been outside the bus this hour, have we? It was past 4 in the morning when we briefly set foot in the outskirts, so no. We have. This would be our second time. But it must be noticed that the time of the day was not a matter for concern then, as we were in the outskirts. They're finally getting all swept away like trash. Oh, I've waited for this. What's this all about? Can't possibly be thinking the sweepers will somehow break the taboo to help you. Still missing the point? Botched purple dye job. Zilla, let's leave. Did he actually scamper all the way here just to gloat and then run away? Indeed, he gloated at us. And then he ran away. I don't get it. Does he actually believe the sweepers will help him? Vows? Indeed, sweepers do not invade residential areas, however... We're not in a building. It wasn't just Rogio realized what was going on. The walls that Kazan had all but melted away, as though the place we slept in the night was but a painting. Our realization came too late, as the wave-like noise from earlier had already encroached right where we were. And unlike the other times where we simply parked around the bus, they were cutting straight through the remnants of our lodging. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 1, 1, 5, 5, 5, 2, 3, 2, 0, 0. Question. 3, 3, 3, 5, 1, 1, 4, 5, 9, 5, 4, 1, 7, 2, 3. Oh! What's going on? Why? There! This is ridiculous. Sweepers, how dare they break the taboo so brazenly? Heh, looks like we'll be facing the waves tonight. Why do you sound excited about this? I mean, we got to... Let's make something clear. It's clear that, if we're doing nothing but stand around, they'll sweep us away. God, that looks fucking sick! 4, 1, 5, 1, 9, 1, 9, 7, 7, 2. Damn it. We have to make our stand here. I punched my mic. This is so fucking cool. Ooh!
당연한 결과죠. 저는
Yeah! We got the EX.
그렇겠죠?
Oh.
말뚝을
준비는 항상 되어 있습니다.
준비는 완료했습니다. 출발하죠.
이 좋아. 몸 좀 풀어보자고.
와일드 헌트야.
Sorry about that. Did not mean to burp there. That's so fucking cool, actually. For the family. Oh, fuck, it's persistence. HP healing down effect. Oh my gosh. What is this? First wave ends after 5 turns. Personally, I like the old designs, but I also really like the new ones as well. fellas, I gotta say, fuck yeah.
총원 불격.
Uh-oh. Oh, crap, trash disposal.
이 작살엔 필살의 집념이 담겨 있지.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 두드려 패.
듀라디아, 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
총원 불격.
볼수 없다면 직접 후회를 새겨주지.
예사롭지가 않은데? 아주 작살을 내놨어.
Good job, Don.
육참.
Oh my god, stop using that!
저 부표처럼 흔들리는 놈이 제1 사냥감이겠네요. 가서 끝장내죠.
You have 10 charge, you deal 10 charge.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Sweet dubback screets.
지금이 기회인 것 같소.
Gia's here, what? When did you get here? The fuck did you get here?
아무튼 놀라운 한방이네요.
편히 쉬시게. 잠들
Just kill him twice in the same turn.
깜짝이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
나아가 주게. 잠든 그대를 기를 테니.
Yeah, farm that sanity, girl.
저놈을 추적해. 내가 찾은 나만의 항해 방식.
That's a kill as well, which gives a lot of sanity. Gia, you fucking dick. I'm trying to get these kills.
어두운 무지를 열어줬지요.
Oh, Captain Ishmael is actually one of the worst ones for this, I now realize.
잘했군. 저놈을
His persistence is gonna fuck up their sanity. If we kill him twice in the same turn, which I'm trying to do, that's 10 sanity down. That's bad, actually.
다들 힘이
7 enemies? What?
지금 달려들면 딱 좋겠어요.
Seven of them. 7 of them?
총원 불격.
You're gonna
조직의
burn,
정면을
alright.
저곳으로. 파도가 모든 것을 쳐부술 거다.
Holy shit! Oh, this would be hell on Mirror Dungeon.
필살의 집념이 담겨 있지. 보았나? 적은 이렇게 진리겨졌다. 우리의 확고한 승리가 눈앞에 있다. 아이고.
편히 쉬시게.
지금이 기회인 것 같소.
I'm gonna be honest, I absolutely fucking love the new designs. Like, not the new designs, the four words. Ah, damn it. I love the gameplay is what I'm trying to get at. The new ways that they're trying to play with everything. Does that make sense? I can't describe it well. They just have interesting ass, like, visual designs. All of the sweepers just rushing through everything is so cool to me. Oh, if you didn't have one slash power up, you could have actually done it. Oh. No. Gia actually killing things. Unfortunately, I don't want you to! Okay, damn, fuck you!
너무 거센데요? 시계 돌리셔야겠어요, 관리자님.
불길 속으로.
God damn, you do some damage. Hey, Earl King, I need you to actually win this clash, buddy.
필살의 집념이 담겨 있지. 보았나? 적은 이렇게 진리겨졌다. 잘했군. 한 놈도 남지 않을 때까지 지금을 반복한다. 쉴 새는 없다. 시계 돌리셔야겠어요, 관리자님.
벤담 사월을 건다.
I can't see anything. There are so many sweepers. There's so many fucking sweepers.
편히 쉬시게.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
Damn it, G.
나서도록 할까? 벤담 사월을 건다.
한무쳐 잠들어.
한무쳐 잠들어.
나는 이 왕좌에 묶여 홀로 통치하는 자이지.
안심해라. 고통 없어.
이 작살엔 필살의 집념이 담겨있지.
Wave 2 complete. Wave 3 incoming. Battle was long, grueling. Even Ricardo and his henchmen appeared visibly exhausted after the second wave. Big bro, you messed up. We never should have put you through this trouble in the first place. Don't worry about it, kid. You've taken a brother who come all the way from the south and guided him safely through the labyrinth that is H-Corp. I say you've done more than enough. No one could have expected that we'd be fighting the sweepers of all things. If we're able to withstand the sweepers' enemies that could give even the middle trouble, practice makes perfect, and perfection makes expert, huh? Guess Honglu wasn't too off the mark. Man, we would have been long swept away by the horde if we were still new at this. Ishmael, who was taking this brief downtime to check the sharpness of her harpoon, was right. We've been through something like this before, fighting against an endless horde of enemies, long battles of attrition. It wasn't new. And that very experience was definitely an edge we had against these enemies. Of course. Go even handle the third wave at this, right? There is no choice but to withstand it. Nothing was certain, just yet. We still had the third wave to survive. Carry out your sentences. We'll carry out your sentence as soon as we survive the third wave. Even when we've already basically the same boat, the guy can't help but have it out for us, huh? Why would I ever? Ah! The third wave begins, and with it, the buildings suddenly begin to shift violently. What? Hold on! Wait, what's going on? The buildings are shifting. What's happening? I remember asking you guys to read the damn pamphlets. Buildings inside H-Corp shift. I didn't know it'd be like this, but still. Fortunately, it doesn't seem the building we're in is shifting by much. As soon as Otis finished, an Arab building suddenly jolted violently from the ground, rising in a diagonal burst and struck Ricardo in the chest. Damn you! Mark my words, this is also going in the book. Ricardo wasn't the only guy who got practically punched by a building. Big bro! The henchmen of the middle, who had formed a defensive square to withstand the waves, were blasting off in all directions. Or falling. The movement of the buildings significantly reduced the enemy population in this area, Dante. This is an opportunity. Now those irritating bastards are off our backs. This is definitely more doable now. Let's do this. We've done this kind of fight 1,000 times.
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 어느새 끝나는 게 싸우는 법이지.
완벽한 한 발을 위해.
They really stepped up production value. Holy crap, dude. Oh, persist. Wait, that's the exact same as the Runa. Oh shit, Gia's dying.
저놈을 추적해.
그대 또한 잠들게.
전열을 지켜라. 내게 관심이 쏠렸어. 너희가 공격할 기회는 더욱 많아진다.
잠든 그대를 기릴 테니.
Oh my gosh, that's so much damage.
주마.
혼자서 뭘 어떻게 한 거야? 야, 좀 보자. 나도 이 왕좌의 무기야. 홀로 통치하는 자의 진.
이대로 가면 난파예요. 알아들어요?
달릴 시간이다.
Fuck it, we need AoE. Oh, it's not even enough.
벤단 사활을 건너.
이게 너 진짜 아프겠는데. 야, 괜찮니?
헐떡.
시계 돌리느라 고생 좀 하겠다. 야.
It is a mad, desperate struggle.
좀 덜 아프게 되살릴 수도 있지 않겠냐?
총원 돌격! 자!
숨통 끊기.
Hello? Video game?
저놈을 추적해!
이것으로 끝이 아닐 테지. 흑수묘, 뜀박질 춤.
I am just trying my hardest to survive.
그래서 움직일 수 있는 오직 깨어져라! 모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
This really does feel like Mirror Dungeon.
기세가 수그러지는 반격의 기회다! 저놈을 추적해!
저 새끼
Last turn.
다 털렸는데 이제 뭐 어쩔 건데? 야, 아까는 좋았다.
흑수묘,
Go all
뜀박질 춤.
out.
이 작살엔 필살의 집념이 담겨있지. 보았나? 적은 이렇게 진리겨졌다. 우리의 확고한 승리가 눈앞에 있다. 잘했군. 한 놈도 남지 않을 때까지 지금을 반복한다. 쉴 때는 없다.
편히 쉬시게. 정든 그대를 기릴 테니.
Oh, we did it. Oh, we killed them all. We survived a whole fucking night in the back streets? Survived. Not a victory, not a battle won. Survived. Was that the last of them? Currently, the time is 4 hours. About 10 minutes until the night in the back streets ends, but we can relax now given we survived the third wave. The buildings are also no longer shifting. Stability has restored. We did it, manager. Bloody hell, finally. The sinners all collapsed to the ground from exhaustion. There was a Kazan here, but it's gone now. Despite the fact we haven't moved at all from our initial positions, there wasn't even a trace of it having been here. We realized that we'd been relocated on top of a roof, as though we just all awakened from a dream of sleeping in a building that never existed. That was one hell of a battle. Man, I thought I was done for. You know, if we could have survived that, if that hair Sesloon wasn't here to draw some of them, I guess we got something to thank him for. So that's all they've got in that head-on battle. Art thou acquainted with these foes, young Ryoshu? OFC. I've heard of them. The scent of blood was... 'twas faint, but cannot be... Be best not to linger over long on this thought. Why not? Dig deeper. Letting ephemeral inspiration slip through your fingers is the death of creativity. I said I won't linger on it. Don't rush me. Whatever. How uninspiring. Now's not the time to bicker. Ryoshu's words were unnerving, but we'd have plenty of time to discuss this once we return to the bus. If we can return in one piece. Why? I'll be frank, that was impressive. I thought for sure you'd have been long swept away by now. Why must be waiting for somewhere nearby to watch us die, because it did not take long for him to reappear before us. Perhaps they agreed upon a new deal while we were fending off the waves of sweepers. The Mao branch and Zilo, both approaching us in an intimidating gait, in contrast with their earlier passivity. Damn it! Executive Manager, we've had too many high-risk, high-fatigue battles in succession. I hate to offer such disloyal advice, but it may be wise to avoid this battle. That don't seem like an option to me. I look around. Most of the sinners were either dead, trampled, and chopped into small, unrecognizable pieces that were barely holding on at best. I can bring them back. When they're completely surrounded us, I don't know if I can bring them back in time to protect me. They might just cut the sinners down as soon as they get back up. Well, this was in my predictions. I can simply finish off anyone that hasn't been swept away. Now a stage is set for my ascension. For the next 10 minutes, no sweepers alone anyone is coming here. You know why? Because who in their right mind would leave their homes when the night in the back streets is still ongoing? And it looks like even that annoying idiot in the middle has been taken care of too. Somehow. How much of this was your plan? How much, you ask? The whole thing. Of course. All the way back to that construction site that blocked your path. The one who decided that unscrupulous fool of your company. It was me, the one who put the pitiful King Tao, who doesn't even have a family name, with you. It was me. Ah, the one who contracted the triax to challenge you. It was me. I guess who it was that relayed your real-time location, all kinds of forces. Guess. And this trashy lodging without a residential permit. All devised by none other than yours truly. I see. Oh, it's so good. It was so good, wasn't it? It was the perfect strategy. What did you think? Am I great? Am I clever? This is exactly why I deserve to be the next family. I will follow to speak those words. An unfamiliar voice echoed from the dark. There was neither animosity nor hospitality, only utter serenity and nothing else. The sneaker approached us, walking under the narrow ray of moonlight that shone between the shifted buildings. In his hand was a decapitated head illuminated by the pale light. Blood dribbled from the severed neck, and the wide-open eyes remained frozen in its final moments, filled with utter terror. He walked towards us, in step with drip of blood. Can it be Jiaku? I knew you was working for someone. It was him. Why do you have King To's head? I have brought back the wayward pet for his master, that it may once again be leashed. There is a servant, my lord. Leave it. We needn't shoo it away. What? You alone, the Haisho Paxi, may simply get in their way. No more. I see. Was there a sudden change of heart once you held the leash in your hands? That return to the Shi family side would be to your benefit. You knew everything along? What, I must ask, is everything to you? Your vision is too limited for my lord's wisdom to comprehend. The wise fails to peer through the narrow-sighted eyes of the fool. But if by everything you refer to how you feigned abandonment from the Shi family to secure my lord's trust, indeed, it could be said that we do know everything. Don't kill me, please. I'll share with you my most guarded secrets of the Shi family and... Right, the 10 blades of the east. Yes, the... But Shiuda could speak no more. For a serpentine blade struck from the umbra and separated his head from his torso with ease. Little Gia, have I not warned you time and again to guard your tongue against the creeping desperation? I believe that we have gathered the intelligence and hope to collect my lord. Needn't pursue the serpent, Zulu. His voice boomed as he commanded those who appeared to be his officers. The tall-built man took a ponderous step from the shadows and stood before us. With an enigmatic expression, he wordlessly looked at Yuna's decapitated head now lying on the ground, then at us. It was as though he was gazing upon the clouds or blades of grass. I shall take them with me. He picked up Yuna's decapitated head before gesturing at his officer with a nod. Ah, here it is, my lord. Wrap their heads with stasis straps and decomposition won't set in any time soon. And with those bandages, he begins to wrap them up with a practiced motion. He does not pay us any heed, as though we weren't even worth the attention. Return to me once you are finished here. Yes, my lord. Hold on, you can't just show up out of nowhere and... He did not reply, his eyes great, gazing, yet reflecting nothing but hollow emptiness. And just as he had emerged from the darkness, he vanished into the shadows carrying 2 decapitated heads. He already might have been the leader of the Snake Haisho. However, she died.
정말 한 톨도 남지 않았나? 그렇다면 어째서 이 분노가 끝나지 않는 거지?
Almost done. We got a little bit more reading.
토끼에게 붙을 이름은 없다. 나는 그저 아무것도 아닌 그림자 속 짐승일 뿐이니.
Yippee. Things weren't looking any better. I could instinctively tell that they were different from anyone or anything we'd faced in Hongguan so far. I don't suppose our lord left them alive only for us to slay them. Then perhaps it would be apt that I introduce myself, as is common courtesy to do so. Call me Xingong. I am but a humble student of my Lord Master Q's teaching. My Lord Master Q. Somehow I was reminded of the discussion King Tao refused to finish. Name's Dante, I'm the manager. I decided to speak up, struggling through the pressure. I instinctively knew we had to find out as much as we could about the man from earlier. They are Manager Dante. Ah, I see, your candidness is appreciated. So you withdraw them out. It seems we have not need to contend with them at the moment. Very well. It seemed that they had the very same thoughts about us. Now is sufficient proof of our intent to engage in a brief discussion? Is that sufficient? To discuss some matters with you to mark a courtly ending to the encounter should be of benefit to us for the prospects of our future, so ask away. So is that what those suspicious songs I heard in the backstreets were about? It's you guys. Are those lyrics true? Ah, so that's what you want to know. Gia, of the Gia family. It said that you possess talent in rhetoric, yet walk a path beclouded by concern and anxiety. Truly, your insignificance preludes your part in greatness. Wait, don't speak for me. I would have been the first to say anything if I thought she was wrong. Yes, my lady. Chiayua, you're the one who sent them after us. Close, yet not exact. He was an agent of the Shi family sent to spy on my lord's doings. We had bestowed him control of the Haisho pack, for we had found his conduct shallow, saw a means of learning more of the Shi family machinations. It seemed that once granted power, the boy mistook himself for a man with the wherewithal to represent the Shi. You used him? Just as he sought to use us, though he was quite shallow. So what now? I don't think you're looking to kill us, right? No, nothing. Do whatever it is that you had sought to accomplish here. You're letting 2 of your master's rivals go? What a strange thing to say. Look around as I might, I fail to see any rivals here. Then, why'd you order Yuna to attack us? You said it yourself, we're not even your rivals. They fear, yet they seek to gain understanding through that fear. Yet they remain wanting certain perspicacity. My lord has always said that if one learns not from a plight, then no discourse with them shall bear fruit. Instead of giving me a straight answer, Z left me with only a puzzling comment before she brushed past us. I have given you courtesy. I have given thee courtesy enough. I have given thee courtesy enough. This is a good time for us to depart. Now, do stay nicely within your borders as you've remained there thus far. I would greatly displease an odd splash of ink marring this great painting. With that, Z walked into the shadows. Zillu and the countless high show that had surrounded us also disappeared. Finally. I looked around just to see Otis and the rest of the sinners collapse. And there was Gia, who had collapsed on the floor as well, and Wei, who was tending to her wounds. And then me, somehow survived without getting decapitated. The night that put us through multiple brushes with death came to an end. So when day breaks. That's pretty much everything. That's Big Brother, cute. Did you forget how to make a concerned face or something? How are you maintaining the irritating poker face through the whole conversation? Haha, of course not. Classic Gia family secrecy, always hiding something. If you are, better spit it out for now. I don't have the time to casually stroll around with my to-be enemy. Gia, as I have always said, the seat of the family hierarchy is of no... Fine. Even if you're lying, I do know that you haven't prepared anything for your assignment. Changing the subject. Gia, who was chatting with Hong Lu, methodically slowed down enough to walk right next to me, as though she was executing steps of a plan. You lead my brother's faction, don't you? About what I wanted to talk to you about earlier. I do, yeah. Brother translation. Haha, of course, Dante is unquestionably our manager. Great, let me make a proposal. Become my faction for the duration of the family hierarchy evaluations. Help me out. What? Can we do that? Why not? You guys managed to stall even the sweepers. That means you command a formidable force. Besides, you're headed to the family mansion anyways, aren't you? You just don't know what to do once you get there. And as for competition, well, my brother doesn't care about the whole thing anyway, so why don't you join me? Help me become the family hierarch. I'm not like our older siblings. I always pay my debts, whether that's for a favor or for a grudge. If you can trust me, happy to make a written... Can we do it? Faustina's her plan, her explanation of it at least, rather flawless. Having such an ally at the apex of a wing will be a great boon to the Limbus company as well. Yeah, sure. I don't see any reason to refuse. Hong Lu, who had been listening to our conversation, boiled the discussion down to a clear explanation. Huh. Said that the formation of such alliances should come with a grand banquet to mark the occasion. The banquet's on me. Once we get closer to the central zone, let's find a nice kazan to discuss our future ventures together. You're Durante, right? Let's make this work. Yeah, sure. I was still bewildered, but she reached out for a handshake with such earnestness that I found myself almost drawn to shake her hand. Now I think about it, this is the first time we made ourselves an ally that wasn't specifically selected by the company, huh? If that's the case, I really hope we can have at least one ally who doesn't meet a terrible end. We walked out of the Kazan to find Mephistopheles waiting for us in the middle of the road. Ah, man, that was good after what we went through. I never thought about it, but I was just standing here like this in the middle of the street. It stands out, don't it? Is this your usual ride? Oh, glad to see you safe. Sodden Pilot walked from the inside of the bus. Yeah, it's you guys take care of business. I have some more pressing things to ask about. You have any idea how much trouble your subordinate's little connection? Yes, Miss Faust gave a report. Pilot. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry about that, y'all. I've only been a part of the eradication missions. Pilot, what did I say about mixing excuses into an apology? Real sorry. He approached me in the street, talking to going along with the plan, so I got too cocky, assuming I knew better. I'm sorry, too. I forgot that he's still my new guy in the business. Of course, he'd be prone to making these mistakes. Looks like we'll both be writing letters to explain our failure together. Getting disciplined? The disciplinary action is unlikely to be anything of significance. The LCB team came out unscathed, all things considered. However, it's likely that they may have worked for a half year without pay. I consider it a win if all we're getting is docked pay. Next time, I do promise. Next time I'm going to get real good at this job. I'm going to become someone who can actually provide good assistance. Really should, Pilot. In fact, you'll have no choice but to become a contributing member to the team when I'm done with you. Let's get to it, huh? No one's dying or getting fired under my watch as long as I'm the manager. Yeah. Oh, right. I almost forgot to tell you, Sod. It's real important business stuff going forward. We're gonna... Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up sooner or later. We got orders. And she began reading from a thing she pulled from her pocket. Upon arrival at the central zone, LCB will participate in the family hierarchy evaluation with a candidate. Huh, we were going anyways. Now the Busty faction is going to be my... The LCB will present the following sinner as their chosen candidate. Hong Lu. What? What?! Okay, so, before anything else, I need to just check something. Oh, you can't. Okay, you can't bring in allied support things. So, alright. My understanding of what's going to go on so far is that Hong Lu now has the unfortunate problem of being the next character in the rankings. And so, because of this, he has the misfortune of having to deal with the trials or whatever that he's going to go through. Meaning, I'm pretty sure, and this could just be me, we're fucked. He's, like, Hong Lu is incredibly good at everything that he does, because he's the main character of his story, I guess, but we're fucked. Okay. I don't know. I'm interested to see where the story goes. I had a lot of fun. I really wish. I so desperately wish. Speed plus coin count. Speed here's coin. I guess I didn't read all these words. Like, I guess this is fine. I don't know. Maybe it's just that I don't really care that much, honestly. Anyways, though, it's been fun. Good stream. I enjoyed this content. I like that they were characterizing a lot of the characters differently and better. It's really interesting. It's really fun. Wherever you go, whatever you do out there, dreamers, stay safe, and I'll see you Starside. Take care now, y'all, and good night.